Race fans, good evening and a very warm South Florida welcome to the Homestead Miami Speedway. It is round 18, the final round of the 2025 OSCA World Cup. I'm Cameron Rich here with James Watson in the booth and Carlos Acosta manning those cameras. Keeping the intro short here because we have 5 minutes left in qualifying, but a very exciting season. Number 11 comes to an end here tonight, and it's been a great season all around. We've seen first-time winners. We've seen lots of losing, lots of winning, particularly from the number 69 of Daniel Gore. But he has his opportunity to get 2 more tonight, and opportunity for the rest of the field to get 2 on the season. But 5 minutes left here in qualifying, or abouts. Number 6 of Zach Evans on the screen right now. He currently sits in the, I can't see, it looks like the 10th spot. So I believe we have 24 drivers here tonight to contest 87 laps across 2 halves. So that's going to be 178 laps overall, I think. Don't quote me on that because that math seems terribly off. But
obligatory Zach Evans, I was told there'd be no math.
Absolutely. And James, good of you to chime in there. Homestead's such a good track. How do you feel about this place?
Personally, as a driver, I don't enjoy it that much just because I suck here. As a race fan, though, I adore this place. This track never fails to put on a show. It is so much fun watching these drivers just rip the lip, lap in, lap out. And, you know, it's perfect for this being the last race of the season because there's just something about this place that, you know, ending the season here feels right. I know it's one thing for us to say since, you know, this is the finale that we grew up with, and some of the older heads, like my dad, for example, still thinks of Atlanta as the finale. But, you know, for a lot of us, it feels right to end a stock car season at Homestead Miami Speedway.
I would have to agree with that 100%, James. I never, Phoenix just never felt right. Phoenix, a good track in its own right. I mean, no disrespect, but the vibes of Southern Florida, the vibes of this track. I mean, just look at those teal walls, look at the palm trees in the background. And off here of turn 2, as we watch the number 9 of Dave Westergreen finish up his laps here. He currently sits in the 7th spot. But if you look way out there off of turn number 2, it's actually kind of like the edge of civilization. It's literally the Everglades. They start right at the edge of the track. So fun little track here. Just one of those things that if you go looking at Google Maps like I do a lot, it's like, oh, well, yeah, that definitely is like not civilization past the racetrack. So yeah, but funny you mentioned Atlanta too. I think Homestead probably one of the closest things that we have ever had to the old Atlanta configuration, with the way it this being our only true intermediate oval on the real life schedule, and the fact that it does have the multi grooves like Atlanta used to. I think that's why a lot of drivers like it. So it feels fitting for a couple different reasons, I think. That was our champion-elect. Not really champion-elect anymore. He is the champion, but Daniel Gore is 3rd straight in a row. Not really racing for much here. Just a couple more win stickers that won't ever be shown off to anyone because that car is not going to run again. But, you know, bragging rights is a thing here. He's going for the all-time OSCA wins record that Johnny Eckert currently sits. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but I know that it is under threat. I think it's probably like 1 or 2 wins away, but yeah, lots of things here to race for tonight for a lot of the drivers. Maybe, you know, you haven't had the season you want to, and really, if you get that one last good race before the start of the next season, that can really kind of make it a little bit better going into that one. So a lot of these drivers are going to be looking for that tonight, and as you see on your screen there, already seeing the multi-grooves come into play. I think we're going to see these drivers move up the track a lot, and especially with the return of the 550 horsepower package with the high drag, low horsepower, I think the top line is going to be dominant as we go into the run. But of course, that's me talking out my derriere, and that might not be the case. We'll see.
I think you're probably going to be absolutely spot on here. I don't think there is a package in NASCAR that you wouldn't be running the top. Although it is a bit more muddled just because of the running the outside doesn't quite work the same as it does in real life. I know that they adjusted that a few years ago and made it better, but it's still not quite as perfect. And plus, with iRacing being, topsy-turvy and the inside being better to save tires, I feel like a good chunk of guys will be running the bottom just to try to conserve as much as you can here, knowing that this is the second biggest tire eater in NASCAR behind Darlington.
And shout out to Richmond in that group too. Richmond has somehow become like number 3 or so on the tire shredding list. It seems to just eat the tires alive. So yeah, you love to see it. The tire tracks have always put on the best racing, I think, just because you really see how the driver can modulate the throttle and all the tools they have in the car the best to try to get that car to do what it needs to do. Aaron Evans right there on the screen. He's not doing what he needs to do, or maybe he is, because that was a good little drift onto pit road before he nosed it into the pit wall. I was gonna give it about a 9 out of 10 until then, but still yet nonetheless.
And good to see Aaron here. I know a lot of us were bummed for him last week. So it's good to see him get one of the side qualifiers into tonight's World Finals festivities.
Yep, absolutely. And yeah, Aaron Evans, one of the ones we will be looking for next season to see what he can do, because he's one of the most improved drivers over the course of this season, I think. But for tonight, our grid on the pole, Kynan Jones. I think it's his first pole of the season. I'll have to check that one up. Daniel Gore, he rolls off in position number 2. Eric Ziegel in 5th, or excuse me, in 3rd in the 5 car. And then it's Dylan Gooden making a return tonight. He starts in 4th. Noah Brown, your 2nd place in the championship. He starts 5th. Gilberto Javier Gomera, the winner last week, he starts in 6th. Dallas Mayand in 7th in the 78 machine. And Ty McIntosh in the number 8. We'll have some news on him later on, or regarding him. Ray Bracey in the 9, and David Westergreen in 10. That news will concern all 3 of these drivers. Position number 11 is Neil Rutt in the 66, next to Thomas Capuano. A couple short trackers there in row number 6. Adam Peeler rolls off in 13th. 14th is Zach Evans in the number 6. Position number 15 belongs to Darren Staff with a new paint scheme for tonight. And then Dave Carpenter in the 71. He rolls off in 16th. 17th is going to be Ty Alkus in the 89. 18th place is Dylan Thomas in the 03. A couple of wins on those drivers in the season. Aaron Evans in the 48 rolls off 19th. And 20th place is James Miller in the 09. 21st is Patrick Hahey next to Dave Huckleberry in the number 52. And then rounding out your field is going to be the number 47 of Sam Boutwell and Santiago Aguirre, which we'll get a word with him later at night. He's got some news to share with the world, and that's your 24 drivers for tonight's World Finals event here at Homestead. Very excited about this one, James. I did some Homestead practice earlier this week for the a different car, and as you were saying, just going up there and ripping the top of the track on those old tires, and getting the throttle at point right, getting it right where you're just going right up to the wall, kind of just right rearing that a little bit. It's a really good feeling. One of the top tier oval experiences on the sim. So hopefully we'll see a good race here. I have no doubt that we will. All of the oval races this season have more or less, I have to say, probably minus Daytona, have been bangers. So I think tonight will be none the less of the exception here. Kynan Jones, a bit of a tough season for him. I think he's probably really happy to have this pole, just start off the last race on a good note and have something good happen to him. Does not have a win on the season. And I was correct. He does not have a pole either tonight. So starting off tonight in the best position he can in the first position. Pace truck making the hard left onto pit road, and green flag in the hands of the flagger. There we go. We are green flag here at Homestead. And a great restart on the outside for Daniel Gore. We'll have to see how Race Control deems that. I think he beat the leader of the line, but through turns 1 and 2, the fight is no longer. It's now for third between the 5 of Ziegel and the 75 of Gooden. Still side by side throughout most of the field here. I think we are singling out file here for the first 3 or 4 spots.
I think we got a little bit of 3 wide here. Oh, that's close.
And I had a weird camera glitch going on my end. I can actually see it now, so there's race cars on my screen. And yeah, we are about side by side. We're about 2 wide throughout most of the pack. First 3 or so cars are single, but got a little bit battling here around the 8 of Ty McIntosh. And just for the field. I think he just scraped it there. Should be fine, but one thing you have to worry about with this package is aero damage deficiency. That kind of thing will hurt you a bit more than normal, just because you're not going not as much off throttle time here. So really, you're at the mercy of how the aerodynamics want to treat you. So want to keep those in check. Battle for second here. Kynan Jones coming after the 5 of Ziegel, trying to get that spot back. Kynan did not have the greatest start, but trying to get it back up there. And some juking in the back there. I couldn't see who that was. I think it was Peeler made an aggressive move.
It was.
He's back there.
Yeah. And it doesn't look like any sort of penalty for Gore either, since he's still out there and still in the lead.
Yeah, so Race Control deeming that was just a slow start on the 85. And they're still just struggling to get that car going a little bit. So kind of maybe just feeling the car out a little bit, seeing what he can do. Not really imperative to be going anywhere right now. We have 82 more laps of this event, so we're going to see probably 2 pit stops at least. That's even close to 3, how OSCA has these tanks. Ooh, that's some contact off turn number 2. Noah Brown and Dallas Myhand. About a best case scenario, that was side by side flat broadside contact between those 2. And I think Dallas Myhand's going to come off that a little bit better, but he's a little bit loose off turn number 4. And that's a thing that happens really easily here. When I was doing practice with the 03 Cup car, just if you throttled it up the wrong point or whatever, it just would snap sideways. So I would have to assume that these drivers are probably experiencing some kind of flavor of that right now.
Which is absolutely awesome AF, I will add.
Awesome to watch. If you're the driver having to drive it when everybody else seemingly isn't snapping, it gets a little bit frustrating, but certainly not boring to do, for sure. Not boring at all.
Are you kidding? I want my car to do that. If it's doing that, then that means it's I'm probably a heck of a lot faster than if it's not doing that.
That is true. Yep, I do like the loose car myself. Tight is bad, so right up here. Battling still for that 4th spot, Noah Brown and Kynan Jones. I think we're single filing out here just a little bit. I think some of these drivers just deciding to settle in line there and probably start to tire save a little bit. We heard that from the 8 of Ty McIntosh that he was doing that. Well, interesting to see when these drivers start to move up off the bottom. I have to assume it's going to be probably maybe 10-15-ish laps, but that's a big plus or minus there. Daniel Gore not getting too far out here. Gap's only about a 10th between him and Ziegel, and it's actually closer now than it really has been. Ziegel is right there in the back bumper of that 69. He is absolutely in big-ass spoiler aero push range. Is managing that quite well as he's able to navigate the corner and stay relatively close to the 69 of Gore, which is kind of the problem we saw with this package in the real life. You really never, or at least after a few laps, that would really never happen. the arrow would just kind of take over everybody, and they would all kind of run around the same speed, and there would be no passing or racing, and then there would be like 300 laps of that. So good to see that iRacing's physics are treating us well here tonight. And actually, we have a bit of a pack forming here.
Yeah, I'm very glad it works like this and not how it worked in real life, as you said, because, you know, dirty air is the worst thing in racing. Stuck there and no one doing a darn thing.
Yep, and one driver who is not sitting there and not doing a darn thing is that number 7 of Ray Bracey, making some moves himself. He's got a nice looking chrome finish to that always bright number 7 machine. We always know where he's at on the racetrack, and right now putting himself up in a good position in the top 5. So one of those drivers doesn't have a win on the season, Ray, but I think would be a very popular win if he were able to pull off one here tonight.
Absolutely, we all want to see Ray win, and see Ray win on a oval too.
A couple of those Southern Speedco guys going at it. There's David Westergreen on the high side, racing next to Ray, and he's actually going to make a move, kind of following that number 78 of Dallas Myhan. So we have 3 wide there just for a moment. Ray thought a little bit better of that. I think he didn't really realize that he got shoved 3 wide there, but just a matter of circumstance. And everybody all right. But yeah, definitely good to see these Southern Speedco guys. David Westergreen way up there on the wall. He has decided to think he could reach his right side or his right arm out there and touch the fence where he was at. But we'll have to see what kind of speed that gives the 9 car. I will say, James, I think going up on the wall is very, very fast, but also, yeah, the burning of the right front is absolutely real. So as a driver, you just have to manage that. They were very close there. Dallas Myhan and Darren Staff were very close there off turn 2. Bit of a shove from behind Staff from Ty, and that yeah, that was almost about a 4-car wreck right there. And now we're 3 wide off of turn number 2. Definitely seeing a bit of super speedway type racing here. Eat your heart on NASCAR. This is what you wanted with the 2019 package, and you're getting it here. Some pretty good racing here. Todd McIntosh gets the spot there, only temporarily. Southern Speedco guys are going at it once again, side by side off turn number 2, but once again that high line prevails. Just sideways. Darren Staff is wrecking.
Oh, and there's a
in the wall. To check the replay here. I think it's going to be pretty clear cut here. Darren in the wall a little bit.
Oh. And
then spins towards the inside wall. That's going to hurt the arrow just a little bit. I think that should be fixable. It shouldn't be race ending or anything. But yeah, definitely not going to be going to lose all of his track position, and not going to be what he needs for the rest of this race. But go on board with him, see what happens. See in the wall there just a little bit, and I mean, you know, I think we've all been there, James. You do sometimes just hit the wall on the straight, like you know, sometimes it's just there and it will bounce you down a little bit. So
yeah, and it's really easy to do here at Homestead, especially on corner entry, because of the way the wall starts to curve in. You know, Homestead being such a unique oval with none of the other 1.5 miles shaped this way, that you always kind of forget about it, and so you stay out wide, taking that kind of wide entry, or waiting to turn in a little bit. You just kind of get caught in it as it's curving up. So yeah, it happens all the time here.
Early pit stops here. I say early, we're on lap 17.
So, I don't know if you
Down
guys
the
saw that. 3 or 4 cars hit the tire barrels entering pit lane.
Oh, that's
Oh, what?
Gilly's car is
Matt
killed.
Kenseth. Oh, wow, that's full Matt Kenseth 04 here, or Kyle Larson 2023.
Yeah, there was another. That's actually happened a few times. Yeah, it was Gilly. Patrick Hahey was involved in that. No, Huck was not. Oh, Santi was in it. That number 88 is destroyed.
Here we have on the replay.
And
48 just missed it.
oh,
Oh, Santi.
and
Oh,
then,
no!
Oh,
I think the 88 with the worst of the damage there. He
Yeah,
lost
I
the
didn't know.
yeah,
entirety of the front end.
oof, size big.
Also hearing that we have a fast repair, which we shouldn't, so
Oh.
he could theoretically get it fixed. I'm not. I don't know what's going on.
It was
I just work
definitely not
here.
enabled for him. No, I just
Yeah.
work here.
Gilly is. I'm not really sure. I just work here. We're just here for the vibe. It's 3 a.m. at Le Mans, and we're just here.
What did they say? It's like, is it cocaine or heroin?
So the last race of the season, we already got one foot out the door.
Well, let's re-rack the field real quick. Eric Ziegel's now your leader, followed by Zach Evans, Ray Bracey, McIntosh, Westereen, top 5. Actually, yeah, did I have that wrong? I did. I was looking at the wrong screen, but that is completely fine. But the green flag is out. Eric Ziegel with a great restart. It was Thomas Capuano.
Oh, we're 3 wide.
Almost 4 wide. Almost trying to do 5 wide through.
Ay, Dios mío.
I think there's enough room on this racetrack for that, but I think we survived it for now. Oh, that's still close though. We're still trying. We're still trying to wreck. I think we're gonna wreck right there. We go. Dialkis sideways. He sure did. We're still all over the place.
Lord have mercy. Oh, that is a killer for Ty. He lost about 1 million positions on that one.
He didn't lose the race car though. He still kept it straight. Didn't hit the tire barrels or anything else like that. So I will say that's the All-State Good Hands Driver Award for that 89. Right there, slides up just right into the side of the 21 of Capuano, and kept it straight. So good job for him, and good job for everybody else to avoid him even more so. That's crazy right in the middle of the pack.
Absolutely, that could have been disastrous, needless to say.
But at the front of the pack, Daniel Gore has retaken the lead from the 5 of Eric Ziegel. Those tires coming into play right now. So it is David Westergreen now in the second. There's that number 9. I don't want to jinx him or anything, but he's looking pretty fast. He got through the field pretty quickly, and I think D West is pretty solid at Homestead. So look for that 9 to show something here later on. Rewind a little bit further on back. That was Miller and Bracey, so that was back for the 9th position, it looks like. 45 Darren Staff, he was able to get all the damage fixed on that car, so he is still trucking along in the 11th spot. But yeah, Southern Speedco up here doing a good little job. 2nd and 3rd position so far. Unfortunately, Gilberto still on the pit road getting that car fixed, so I don't think he's going to play into the Southern Speedco equation just yet, but
yeah.
Side by side, Ray Bracey and Dylan Gooden going at it. That's going to be for the 7th spot. Ooh, a little bit sideways there for the 9 of Westergreen. Might have been some contact there between the teammates. Either some contact or some very, very close and very precise arrow trickery. Start to see two kind of distinct packs forming here. You see the first, which is from Gore back to about Dallas Myhand. He's in 6th or 7th currently, and we actually have a battle for the lead. David Westergreen is not hanging around, looking on the outside of the 69. Not going to be able to make the move just yet, but he is looking strong, and so is that 8 of Ty McIntosh. Maybe harming his chances of his teammate taking the lead here with that move on the bottom, but they are free to race together, obviously. I'd expect the 9 of David Westergreen to get the run here off turn number 2. Yes, he does, and into turn 3. We'll see where he goes. Right to the top of the racetrack. Let's see. Let's go on board with David Westergreen, actually. We'll see what he's doing and what's making that number 9 so fast. Side by side with the 69. Just not able to keep the throttle in off turn number 4, but he definitely has something figured out in that number 9 machine. I think he is the fastest car on the in the top 5 right now. Right to the top of the racetrack. Pitch the car right there, throttle up. He's going to get a little bit of a run here off turn number 2. I don't think he got the top side as good as he could have, but it's still going to be a run here.
Yeah, now he's trying the inside. Whoa, but Gore's going to shut the door.
You see right here, you could tell, or that number 9 of David Westergreen, he drove it in there and then he was cranking the wheel a little bit. And that, if you do that too much, your right front tire is going to be in space after a couple laps. So he's going to have to figure out a way to drive this car a little bit more off the right rear, which I think Ty McIntosh behind him is going to get the run off of David Westergreen and shove him down the front stretch. So I thought there was going to be a pass there, but Ty decides to help his teammate, shoves him off into the corner there.
You know what's interesting is I remember in Bristol, earlier in the season, everyone was running the outside line. David Westergreen was on that first half was making a lot of spots just because he kept running the inside line throughout that whole race. And now we're at Homestead, and it's the other way around. People running the inside line. He's the only one running on the outside line.
And he was in the wall there through turns 1 and 2. Just zero space between the cars. Trying to get that car to the... he's trying to get his car to the right rear corner of that 69 car. And what that would do if he were to get there is that would prevent Gore from throttling up like he needs to. And allow Westergreen to throttle up and let him get that run off of turn number 2. But just not able to right now. He's going so high in the racetrack. I'm not sure if that's helping him at this point. It looks like it might not be. He's actually under fire from his teammate now once again, who himself is under fire from Noah Brown, who himself is under fire from the 85 of Kynan Jones. So bit of a packed up situation here. I think that the 69 is not necessarily holding anyone up, but the 9 of Westergreen racing with Daniel is letting all those cars get back up to them.
Yeah, I do worry about D West tires. Did he get the wall there again? I couldn't quite tell.
I think he is getting about as close as you can without hitting it. He's doing a great job to get that right rear right up next to the wall. It looks very, very, very much like Kyle Larson in the center of the corner, at least, because you can't really run the Larson line. The Larson line here. It's hard for me to say, but yeah, he's getting very close up there to the wall. Kynan Jones also run the outside line. We're on board with him, and really. About 4 or 5 distinct lines here. Bad run off of turn number 2 there for Ty McIntosh. He packs them all up behind him, but that's David Westergreen there. Doesn't have the... He's got a little bit of a gap to him between him and the 69 now, so maybe those tires are starting to come off the car a little bit.
Yeah, and that was my worry about him running the outside so much, is it's just gonna kill his tires so fast. He needed to get that pass done ASAP, and now he's gonna have a lot of battling here to do on that one.
Yeah, Kynan Jones looking like he might be sitting pretty right now. Has a great run, looking on the outside of David Westergreen. Got a little bit of a unintentional shove from behind from the 8 of Ty McIntosh there. So we'll see if Kynan can get his first win of the season. A lot of laps here.
No,
we go.
he's already won the season.
Oh, has he? Yes. I did forget about
Monza.
that. Where was that? That is correct. Yeah, I think that's the one race I wasn't here. So that would be why.
That would explain why.
Okay. Yeah. So kind of, yeah, my apologies to him. He does have a win this season. Always another one would be great. Always as a driver, you want another one and then another one. But then he's gonna, oh, it's contact, big contact there off of turn number 4 with him and McIntosh.
Yeah, my goodness.
That
car's
is,
killed.
ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he can't. I don't think he has any steering right now. That car will not turn whatsoever. So
Ray
he
Bracy
is-
also with a meatball flag.
No.
What happened to him?
I think he was also
I didn't
involved.
Oh yeah, right into the back of the 85. Not a flat hit to the back either. Where we probably wouldn't do that. He got a direct corner hit. So yeah, that's not what you want to see. Number 7 is quite a bit of damage. I think he's actually crabbing a little bit too. But definitely, yeah, I think that has extended Gore's lead to about almost a second now on board here. watching the
Just
replay.
nowhere for Ray to go. Yeah, tying Kynan, bit of contact, exit of 4, puts Kynan in the wall. Hard contact for the 85, and then you saw Ray nowhere to go. Just kind of monster trucks off of the rear bumper of that 85 car.
Just one of those things that happens when drivers are all going for the same real estate, and that real estate being race cars. They typically don't have a lot of give when they're not hitting walls. When they're like on the track, they won't give that much. They'll spin and do things like that, but they won't they won't just not be there. So unfortunate for all the drivers involved. Good. I guess the good news is we are going to have one more half after this, and then the fat lady has sung. But still about 52 laps to go here in this one. Actually, no, that is completely wrong. It's 50.
Math.
And Noah Brown, your new second place driver, he's gotten around the 9 of Westergreen. So the surprise of the season, James, Redux 1-2.
Yeah, that's definitely absolutely surprised. Just total gobsmacked here. We truly have never seen anything like this before at all this season.
I think you're well and truly right about the 9's tires there. Westergreen, he is struggling to. He's kind of in defense mode. You can tell he's not really going forward anymore, and getting a lot of cars piled up behind him and having to fight them off on the high side and such like that. So that usually means for a driver that probably their right front is cooked, and they are struggling to keep the grip on it right now. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge for him until they pit again to see if he can hold those drivers off. But I think right here, the number 8 McIntosh is going to get the run. And McIntosh, I'm surprised he doesn't have more damage. That was a pretty big boy hit to the wall he had earlier. So I think he's pretty lucky he's still up there.
Yeah, he's lucked out pretty hard.
I think it's going to be all she wrote for third place for him. He's got the big run into turn number 1. There he goes. So give third place exclusively now to Ty McIntosh. Now the battle's for 4th behind him. Dallas Mahan and David Westergreen going at it. And the lead for Daniel Gore, a monumental 1.5 seconds with this package. That is pretty big. So he's almost a whole zip code out there now.
Yeah, Danny G doing the anti-caution dance right now.
Going through the field, I think right at the moment, we're not looking too much like we're going to get one. through the back half of the field. Some of the drivers like Ziegel and those that didn't pit on the last caution are doing that dance, that caution dance, because Eric Ziegel in particular, he is way back there. And when you're on a strategy like that, there's just nothing you can really do as a driver. Your tires are what they are, and you know, you can be the best driver in the world, but the tires are going to let you go a certain lap time, and that's it.
And that's the difficult thing, is that, you know, you have to figure out that balance in your head of how much you want to save at the start and how much you want to push. Obviously, for D West, the name of the game was trying to get ahead of that 69 however way he could. And unfortunately, he was not able to do that, and now it's a double whammy because A, doesn't get the lead, and now he's feeling the effects of all that hard pushing he did on those tires.
Yep, still doing a good job battling, keeping the spot from Dallas by hand currently, so still keeping that 4th place to himself. But I think not too far behind that battle, the 09 of James Miller, he's made a slow and steady walk through the field up to 6th now, and running some good lap times for him. So James doing kind of his thing of just quietly appearing out of nowhere and making you think, like, where the heck did he come from? I didn't even know he was in the race half the time. But he is there, and 6th. The lead between Noah Brown and Daniel Gore has stabilized to about 1.5 seconds. So it's going to be real tough for Noah to catch Danny, I think, at this point. This is where the package kind of starts to rear its ugly head. Is you know, you're really going the speed. I guess when you're out here pushing at this kind of speed right now, everybody's really going to be about the same speed if you were not destructive on your tires. So Noah and Daniel right now running about the same lap times each and every lap. That's just going to keep them at the same distance apart from each other. 34.587 last lap for Daniel, and a 5.68 for Noah. So Noah just ever so slightly quicker. Looking for the field here. We have a couple of lap time brackets, I guess. You have Daniel and Noah in the 5s. You have Ty and D West in the 7s. Dallas in the 8s. James in the 6s. Darren in the 7s. So just a couple of different, I guess, like blocks of lap time through the field.
Yeah, just not a whole heck of a lot of battles out there right now. This one's a good battle, though. D West is not falling away from Dallas Myhan. He's still able to hang on, even with all the heck those tires have put up with.
Yep, he sure is being a thorn in the side of that 78 too. They have been going at it for the last 10 or so laps, and still right here, Dallas not able to do anything with the 9. I think here off of turn number 2, he should have the advantage. There he goes. I think that's going to be all she wrote, probably. Dallas with a huge run, and that number 9 is now a distant memory in his mirror. And don't look now, James Miller, he is running the quickest lap times of the top 6 drivers right now. So he definitely has some tire left in that machine. And right behind him, Darren Staff. Last time we saw him, he was spinning towards the inside wall. Good recover for him. I think D West here is going to be under fire from the 09 here in about a lap or two.
so now the question is, when do we see those final round of pit stops?
That's a good question. I actually I didn't get a fuel number or anything like that, but I want to say it's probably. Vic told us 30 to 35 laps, so that means that well, we're right there. Dallas Mayan's spitting in this time.
Okay, well, that can almost call the future, apparently.
Ty McIntosh also in, so you got to think that within the next 5 or so laps, we'll probably see everybody come in here. There's Dallas Mayan. Pit road. West will be coming in this time. Daniel Gore is gonna be speeding on entry. I think he was all sorts of sideways. I would be shocked if he made it.
Nothing. Nope. No penalty.
Wow.
That is a wild. That car was all out of control. But I guess we'll just call that a British road, like with rain and leaves and stuff. He kept it under control. That is pretty crazy. Hand the lead temporarily over to the 71 of Dave Carpenter right now. Have to imagine he's coming in this time, and sure enough, yes, he is. So we'll have to see what kind of an undercut we are looking at here with the drivers that pitted a couple laps before the leader, Daniel Gore. I don't think it's going to be huge, but I think there is going to be somewhat of one. So we'll have to wait and see. The undercut, of course, just being the drivers that pitted earlier, making up a little bit of track time on the drivers that pitted later due to the fresh tires. But of course, that always does work itself out in the end on the backside of the run. You're a Formula One fan, you'll hear the word undercut quite a bit. Undercut and overcut, they like to say that quite a bit. I think what's the popular one now? It used to be overcut, but now it's the undercut because the tires wear a lot. I think that's how everyone is now. So that's where we're at. Dylan Gooden on pit road.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been the proponent of the overcut. And to me, the overcut seems to work a lot more than the undercut. But here, you kind of have to rework your thinking of an overcut and how it's going to work. Because to me, the rule of thumb that I always use on most normal mile and a halves and so on is I try to go about 10 laps or so longer than my competition. That where it seems like I get a reasonable gap that I have to work through while still having a pretty good advantage tire-wise over them. At a track that is ridiculously tire intensive, like here, Darlington, for example, you have to make that window smaller. To me, if you go anything more than 5, maybe 6 laps longer here, you're going to have a gap that is going to be impossible to catch up because, yeah, you're going to be so much faster on these tires, but the gap that you get because of the tire delta and how much speed you're losing over the course of the run, you're just not going to be able to get them in time if you kind of do that standard 10-lap rule of thumb that I do.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to imagine if you were to wait 10 laps here, I think you would fall about what's probably like 8 seconds behind coming out of the pits. It's just it's a pretty big gap to have to work through. And just knowing that you really don't want to damage your tires either when you're getting back through the field, it is a balancing act for sure. Yeah, I've been caught out a lot by that, and I think just every driver in iRacing, if you ever do over racing just once in your life, you're gonna have to make a strategy call once, and you're going to get it wrong once, and it just is the way it is. Over racing is weird that way, and that's just why it's so much different than road racing and all that. But we do have our battle at the front here somehow, some way, went from a second and a half to about 3/10 there. The 65 of Noah Brown, he is right on the back bumper of his teammate Daniel Gore. We saw Daniel Gore sideways on pit entry and looked like he was speeding, somehow got it down, and Noah Brown somehow, through that whole exchange, was able to gain a whole lot of time. So we do have a race here with, what, 34 laps to go, I believe. That's not correct. That's I think it's like 28 now.
29.
I'm not gonna say another number tonight. I actually, but yeah, the math is not mathing tonight. That is fine.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see if these two start battling, if they bring McIntosh back into it. Ty's only 1.3 back off of Noah, and I feel like even though they're teammates, Noah might be looking to start making some moves ASAP, just because of staying in that dirty air is gonna kill his stuff.
Do we have the making a certified redux moment here once again? Maybe. We'll see. Either way, just a quick rundown through the field here. We'll do the top 10 as we've had this long green flag run. Gore, Brown, McIntosh is your top 3. Staff, Myhan, Miller, Westergreen, Evans, Dylan Thomas, and Dave Carpenter currently running in the 10th spot. So good little run for him. A lot of drivers there in the back have moved their way up the pack. Aaron Evans, Thomas, Carpenter, all up at least 6 spots themselves. So good to see them making some progress. And unfortunately for those drivers that stayed out on that last caution, James, kind of the nightmare scenario for them. It went green. It went green completely, and they had to come back in again with the old tires and the no fuel. So effectively, that's probably going to end the races of those drivers that stayed out. I'm talking about Dylan Gooden, Eric Ziegel. I believe Zach Evans also in that mix, or Ty Alkus, excuse me, who's in that mix. So, and unless we get a caution, yeah, it's going to be a very, very tough ask for those drivers here.
Yeah, and that's why there's some tracks where you cannot do a strategy like that, especially with that many laps, because I just don't know what the benefit is. Like, I know you're going to be saving a set of tires, but you're going to be losing so much time, and you're having to bank on a caution, which is not always guaranteed. And as you see, it's not working since there's no caution. And you look at what are you gonna gain on that one, because you need everything to fall perfectly right for those extra tires to mean anything. Because if you save a set of tires, but you're mid-pack and caution comes out with like 10 laps to go, I don't know how much use you're really gonna get out of those. So unless the caution magically happens with like 20 laps to go and everyone else has somehow already taken all of their tires, it just doesn't seem like the end game and potential gains are worth it compared to what ended up happening for everyone right there.
And we do have our battle for the lead is heating up just a little bit. Noah Brown, he drove it off in there and was very close to the rear of the 69. Trying to get some front downforce on that machine, because that is going to be imperative for him before too long. He's going to start sliding that front end a little bit out and destroying those tires. So he has to find a different line than the 69 right now. 69, he's kind of running on that seam, right side on the seam. I've seen some people do left side on the seam. It kind of just is driver preference there. But yeah, Daniel Gore, I think he's absolutely going to be in that mirror driving phase just a little bit. Gonna have to deal with the 89 of Ty Office here, kind of insert himself into the fray for just a moment. Gonna go ahead and just let him on by because there is 0 point in him fighting with that car. And there he goes. But actually kind of gave Daniel a little bit of lead somehow through all that exchange. A little bit of 0.4 of a gap off turn number 2.
Everything coming up Gore. And you know, good for Daniel Gore. He hasn't caught. Oh, he's pitting in again.
Is that a strategy call or? Let me see.
Didn't you say they had to pit twice?
That was a
potentially
guess.
twice? Yes.
That was a guess. I wouldn't be surprised though.
How many sets of tires were they given?
I want to say it was three sets.
Is that including the set that they started on, or?
So it's 3 in the pits, so it's 4 total.
But remember that the heats themselves don't limit the tires. Although race control does expect the drivers to self-monitor or self-police. Excuse me.
So
I'm pretty sure they're limited even in the heat. You know, at least from what I remember in my season in OSCA. But I was just thrown off because we did get that caution. And I guess because when did that caution come out again? It was early, wasn't it?
yeah, it was. Let's see, lap 15.
Okay, so I guess I was thinking of maybe if a few of them had used that stop under yellow as their first stop. So maybe we might see more. We'll see. You think with Gore bringing it down that a lot of other people would have followed him already, especially, you know, with him being the race leader. You can't afford to let him go any longer. Get all that advantage.
Either that or somebody is getting ready to have the holiest of talent losses in the history of OSCA right here and trap him a lap down.
Surprised we have no one taking bids out there. Highest bidder will spin to keep Gore one lap down.
But really, yeah, I would have to agree with that. That was a very early pit call, but that is, I think, the right one. Just because this next run is going to be short, and he is, I mean, technically right now gaining time on the leader as he runs around on fresh tires. So I don't know. Do you? I don't really think there's gonna be anyone who can make it, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, I think it's apparent, folks at home. We have no idea what the hell we're talking about, fuel and tires wise. So we have no idea who's good, who needs to pit, if anyone has to pit with Gore. So we're gonna be finding this out when you all do. How's that?
Yeah, with that complete lack of information about the Racer Series, you can call us Jim France. Oh, sorry, too soon. Already catching strays here, but yeah. I guess for anyone that has been living under the rock, that trial of the NASCAR is over. That was settled earlier today around 2 p.m. or so-ish, and I gotta think that there were some things that were gonna come out in the next couple days, or like next day or so, that they didn't really want to have to deal with. So I think everybody kissed and made up, and everything is back to the way it was. It's like nothing ever happened. At least for as a fan, that's how it's gonna be. So either way, yeah, that's over with. We have 13 laps here to go. Noah Brown still has not pitted yet. I don't think anyone else has really pitted yet, which is very, very odd. But
I think staff just said he's bringing it in. But yeah, and that's what I'm saying, because I figured that, you know, if you still have to pit one more time and Gore pitted when he did, I think that guys would be pitting practically ASAP. So if no one's come in right now, especially since we only have coming to what, 11 laps to go, that others may be okay.
Yeah, that would be very interesting. I know some did pit later than Daniel. But Daniel also was one of the later ones to pit. So I just got to think that we'll definitely see. Darren Staff, he's down and away. There is Aaron Evans on pit road. So, yeah, I mean, we're definitely seeing the pit stops.
Some in so far. Still Brown and McIntosh out front leading the way.
No, I can't remember when Daniel pitted the first time. Let me put our lap chart here. See if I can find that. So it would have been lap 51 is when he pitted the last time. Lap 51 also for James, so presumably James can't. I don't really think anyone else pitted later than that. It was 51. Ty was 51. I know it was 51 too because him and Daniel came in at the same time. Well, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how this plays out. We'll just have to wait and see how this one plays out because I could be completely off in this. I don't know. That's I've never been this bad with strategy. End of the season vibe, definitely.
Pack it up, last race of the season.
Yeah, we don't have our stat guy anymore. He has decided to just not show up. He's out on the beach, chilling. I don't blame him.
We had a stat guy?
I guess so, yeah. He just never really showed up, though.
He told you from the artificial beach on the inside of the racetrack.
Oh, there you go. Coming to 7 laps here to go here. Noah Brown with the lead over Ty McIntosh currently. That is all pending, as in we think he is going to have to pit again. 7/10 of a second lead between those two. I would think that we'll see. They're probably, I mean, really the only thing I can think of here, James, they're probably just waiting to see if a caution will come out or something here at the end of the race. That's really, if they all do have to pit and Daniel pitted that much earlier, it's gonna be pretty much game over if we go green. But well, we're hearing some drivers are saving. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay. Ty McIntosh said he is saving fuel, so that's the layer of the trifle I had completely forgot. Saving fuel.
Yeah, very interesting.
I mean, I'm also having to wonder how close Daniel was then. If he decided to come down and pit that early and that authoritatively, I'd have to think he was probably, a few laps off, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see. 5 laps to go here.
Or maybe because it wasn't set in stone and he's gonna have fresher tires and he's the champ. He could just go, screw it, I'm not gonna save like these chumps, I'm gonna full throttle it.
Yeah, that's always a consideration. Definitely have been part of those races where there's like two schools of thinking. Where you can either pit and fly through the field, or you can save and putz around and try to win that way. So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't look like Noah is really too worried about it right now. He's not really, he's kind of out there on a bit of a Sunday drive currently, so he might be all right. We're gonna have 3 laps to go once he hits the line here, and that is an eternity and a half if you're low on fuel. You have 4.5 miles. I think that might be the only correct math I've done all day, so I'm gonna pat myself on the back for that. Ty McIntosh cannot make it. McIntosh is paying. I think Noah Brown is out, or he not. No, I think he's just on the slower tires right now. There's McIntosh in. 2 laps to go here at Homestead, and we have a bit of a fuel situation, some fuel drama here at the end of the race. Daniel Gore, he pitted about 10 laps ago. I think it was even more than that, probably about 12 or 13 by this point, but currently looking to see if anyone can make it on fuel. Noah Brown is through 3 and 4. He's coming to the white flag, so I think he's about as good as he's gonna be. He has a pretty big lead right now on James, about 3 seconds. And he's not particularly being discretionary on that gas. He looks like he's just kind of got it under control.
I think a few others might be able to make it work too. Like Gore is only in P7.
Yeah, very interesting. James is good. D West looks like he's fine. Dave Carpenter in P4, but through turns 3 and 4, it's going to be all Noah Brown. The number 65 gets the win here at half 1 at Homestead. He makes the fuel last. And to give him win number, I think that's 3 for him on the season, but that's probably wrong. Rest of the field behind as well. James Miller in 2nd, David Westergreen 3rd, Dave Carpenter with a fantastic run for him in 4th, Zach Evans, great run for him as well in 5th, Daniel Gore, only 6th. He's only made it back up to 6th, so that strategy, yeah, was not as close as I thought it would be for others. That was, yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely interesting. And wild that McIntosh wasn't able to make it work when a few others were.
All right, well, we got 10 minutes here. I was correct in saying that was Noah's 3rd win on the season, so I think for all intents and purposes, if my math is correct, I think he just locked up 2nd in the championship with that run, with that win. Ziegel and Staff, I don't think can catch him with their runs. I think James is a little, okay. I think James might be just barely mathematically eligible, but Noah did help himself. We'll go ahead and let's go through the results here. With the win, his 3rd of the season, Noah Brown, followed by James Miller, David Westergreen in 3rd, Dave Carpenter 4th, Zach Evans in 5th. We already went through those. Daniel Gore, he made his way back up to 6th. Dylan Gooden, the invite driver, he finishes in 7th. Darren Staff, 8th. Dallas Mayan, 9th. Ty McIntosh, he makes his way back up to 10th with the pit stop with 2 laps to go. Aaron Evans in 11th. Neil Rutt in 12th. Dylan Thomas, 13th. 14th is Sam Boutwell. 15th is Adam Peeler. 16th is Thomas Capuano. 17th, Eric Ziegel, who 3rd place driver in points coming into tonight. Did not need that kind of a run. Ty Alkus finishes 18th. 19th is Dave Huckleberry. Ray Bracey with a 20th place. Patrick A. 21st. Kynan Jones 22nd. Gilberto Javier Gomera 23rd. And Santiago Aguirre in 24th place. So a A race of many emotions for the Redux team. Santi with the unfortunate end on pit road. Noah with the win. Daniel with the fuel strategy and all of that. So we will go ahead and get the winner here. Which, where is he? He's right here. What are the odds that I drag him up here and he's going to be saying something stupid? We'll see.
Very high.
No, we lost the bet. Okay. Noah Brown. Can't wait for this.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, great run for you there in half of one. It really could be better. You finished first, and it's your third win of the season. Tell us how you did it. We were a little bit shocked at how the fuel strategy looked, but maybe it wasn't as close from the car as it.
Well, after that green flag pit stop when me and Daniel pit together, he called out that we weren't good on gas, and also that the people behind us who pit the lap after us were potentially good on gas. So at that point, it was just, okay, what do I do to fuel save here? And the mindset at that point was, okay, let's just roll behind Daniel, stay in his draft, lift off early, use a little bit of brake just to keep it low down, and then, basically just don't get too crazy. And at the point where Daniel pit trying to go for the strategy call, which was a great strategy call, at that point it was just like, okay, let's see where the number takes me and go from there. I was a little bit shocked by Ty. I thought he was gonna pass me there for sure, but it turns out, I guess, it seems like he was in the same boat. So basically, at the point, even before Ty caught up to me, I was clutching in. I spent, I think, 15 or 20 laps using the clutch just to keep the gas in the car. And, at that point, it was just rolling, make sure I didn't get passed. So I think I ended up there with about 0.2 left in the tank. So I guess it just worked out pretty well.
Yeah, so you were saving for a hefty part of that run. Okay. Yeah, we were trying to figure that out with everybody, and Daniel pitted so early that it was like we couldn't figure out where that put everybody else on strategy. But yeah, it's good to know that it was pretty close for you. I mean, overall, how did the car race? We saw that you gained a lot of time on Daniel on that pit stop. Was that the difference, or?
I mean, just making sure that I use what the game allows, not trying to cheese too much coming in 20 miles over, but, you can come in a little hot, especially if you're trying to low it down. So at that point, it was just like the mindset of let's gain time on pit road and see where we come out and go from there. Because I think either way in that situation, it was going to be a fuel save, and I think we were going to be close to each other anyhow. So either way, it was just, I don't think that exactly made the difference, but it was a factor for sure.
Well, absolutely. And I know we got some kind of funky grid for half number 2. I can't find that right now, but I want to say that you're starting second. So I think you're going to be right up there next to Daniel once we get going green here. But before we let you go, any shout outs for half two?
Yeah, shout out to 3YTV for sponsoring the car. Shout out to teammates for a great season this year. Santi and Jake Scarborough and Daniel and everyone else supporting behind the scenes, just being there, hanging out almost every night, just having a good time, talking about racing, watching some of the elite races, being in the chats with some of those guys, it's helped me a little bit to realize some things I'm doing wrong, things that can help my strategy, my driving. So that's helped significantly throughout the season. So First and foremost, thanks to the teammates, but also the sponsors.
Excellent, excellent. Well, thank you for talking to us. And yeah, we got a confirmation that you'll be starting second, right next to your teammate. So it'll be you, or it'll be Daniel, you, James, Eric, Darren, top 5. So that'll be fun. But yeah, good luck in half number 2. Go put on a show for us.
Yes, sir. We'll do. We'll make it fiery.
I expect to see literal fire.
Getting the fire and brimstone race, apparently.
Yes, sir. Have some drivers on the back. Or driving backwards here, Aaron Evans in the. I read that it's 84 for a second, but that's just. I think I might be like might be a little bit slow tonight. Might be like missing an update or 2 or something, but we'll be all right. Aaron Evans spinning back around there. I was going to try to get over with Ty, but we only have a minute and a half or so until we kick over. So if we get a quick caution or something, we can probably bring him up and see if do that. Or we'll just get him after the race. But
D West would
Ty
like
probably
a very quick interview.
D West would like an interview. Okay, yeah. Sure, we can do that. And if yep. I think James is dying to talk to D West here.
Yes, sir.
So actually, where's he at? There he is.
D West, James in the booth. You got a copy.
Hi guys. I haven't
Well,
talked to you all year.
I know it's been way too long. How about it? It was a heck of a run for you out there.
I really wanted to take the lead from Gore, man. That was
so
was
close.
my one goal there. It was super close, but unfortunate that he's really good at this stuff. I was able to kind of keep the air on my nose, so I couldn't really get the run on the outside that I needed. A couple times I got under him, he was just able to close it off. But I had fun, man. I can't believe those guys saved. I saved from exiting the pit lane. I was like, I am 2 laps short. I need to save, and I don't know how they made it because I was 2 laps short and I saved 2 laps. I was clutching the whole last part of the run. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I thought we had it. Just keeping those guys that pitted a lap later at bay, but unfortunate.
Yeah, but you know, like you said, it'd been a minute since we had talked to you, and this was a run you needed. You seem to be really good at these tire saving tracks. You know, you think back to Bristol and how competitive you were there.
Yeah, I don't think I'm very good at the tire saving right now. I was trying out some new lanes, trying to run up there for the lead, but you know, it's all right. I was really good at the tire saving when I was saving fuel. I'll tell you that. If you want to save tires, folks, just save fuel. You'll also save tire. My tire was like 92 on the right front at the end of the race there. So, I'll hop back in, but I want to shout out Bite Size Sports, my sponsor for OSCA. They're my sponsor every season. Traders Brewing Company, Southern Speed Co. It's exciting that we got a podium finally, and hopefully I'll get another one here at the end of the night.
Alrighty, well, we appreciate you, D West, and hopefully we're talking to you again in about 87 laps.
Hopefully. See you guys later. Thanks for the broadcast, fellas. You guys do a great job.
Alrighty, and so as we were talking to D West, here is the starting lineup. As you can see, it already scrolled through pretty quickly. Starting on row 4 is the 75 of Dylan Gooden and the 45 of Darren Stapp. Dallas Myhan in the 78 and Ty McIntosh in the 8 round out the top 10. Aaron Evans in the 48 and Neil Rutt in the 66 round out row 6. Row 7 features the 03 of Dylan Thomas and the 47 of Sam Boutwell. Adam Peeler in the 27 and Thomas Capuano on row 8. Eric Siegel in the 5 and Ty Alkis in the 89 on row 9. Dave Huck in the 52, and Ray Gracie in the 7, rounding out the top 20. Patrick Hahi and Kynan Jones in row 11. Gilberto Javier Gomera in the 99, and Santiago Aguirre in the 88 on row 12. And that is your starting grid for the last half of the year 2025.
Yep, and we did have a custom grid for tonight. That was not at all what we had for the grid, but I think kind of like last week, right? We kind of had a custom grid that didn't really go into play there, so we were a little bit confused on what we got there, but that's all good. We're just starting half 2 the same as the finish of half 1.
Yeah, which is it's weird. It's almost like a normal league with us starting where everyone had finished. We're not used to that here.
Yeah, it's just like a halftime break. We'll call this 1995 Craftsman Trucks or whatever. For tonight. Which I'd say I thought those halftime breaks back in the day were pretty cool. I'd take that over stages now, but I'm old school and old man yells at cloud, yada yada yada.
Yeah, honestly. As we see who's gonna get the last win sticker of the season, that, as Cam said, will be technically utterly useless. But there's still one more up for grabs as the pace car makes the hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Noah Brown will lead us to the restart zone. And green means go, and we are underway at Homestead. Looks like a little bit of advantage for James Miller on the outside here. But not gonna help him out much. Looks like Brown is gonna clear.
We got a 3, almost 4 wide down the backstretch. They were looking to run into each other. I think they were 4 wide.
Yeah, this is getting real sketchy here.
Somebody was all sorts of loose there. I think that was the 20, or either the 27 or the 03 of Dylan Thomas. Neil Wright, actually, he was the Binks car that was all over the place. He lost a few spots there, was actually wrecking and didn't hit anything. So another Allstate good hands driver of the race there.
Yes, sir, as you see Evans and Carp side by side going down into turn 3. Almost 3 wide here. McIntosh trying to get around one of the Binks cars. And it looks like he's going to do so and get by Dave Carpenter as well. He is rolling that middle lane pretty well.
He sure is, and we have some news for the champion, Daniel Gore. He dropped out of the race on lap 1. And he's back in it.
Oh my goodness.
So it's not going to be win number 15, I don't think, unless we have a... Well, I won't say that. If anyone can do it, it's probably him. So we'll watch the last 82 laps of this race, and we'll see how wrong I was about that one. But we got a battle for the lead. Noah Brown and David Westergreen, he's back up there looking strong as he was in lap number 2, but he's going to have to get through the 09 of Miller first.
Yeah,
James,
he is.
I think he might have learned his lesson. He's trying to go for that lead now.
Yeah, and we'll see. Will it be easier to do it than trying to get by Daniel Gore? Probably not. He's looking to the outside once again. That clean air just seems to be king.
And keen eyes will notice we are a little bit later on in the day here at half number 2. Local time 5 p.m. in Sim. We were about, I think it was 1 p.m. or so, half number 1. So that tracked condition is a little bit cooler for these drivers now, and that's going to benefit the low line a little bit, at least early on in the run.
that it will. I wonder if it might benefit the outside line a little bit too, just because you're sliding a little less, even running that bigger radius with the increased momentum. Now,
Battle.
yeah, it's becoming a three-way battle here. Staff looking to the outside of Wester Green.
Yep, Darren Staff, we didn't see a whole lot of him or trouble early on, was never able to really get it back going, but one of the standout drivers this season in OSCA, Darren Staff. I think if anyone can notch another win on the season, it would be him. But, well, there goes James Miller. Pretty easy pass for him. So they're just going back and forth right now, just kind of playing around. And number 9, David Westergreen, he is trying the outside line so incredibly hard. He might have it right here. Good run. He keeps it right there, almost some contact. I think just at the absolute limit of iRacing netcode right there. And David Westergreen is going to keep the track position on, or I guess car position on the outside of that 65. But through turn 1 and 2, can he hold it? I don't think so. No, he can't.
Yeah, you saw D-West almost got it done, but not able to hold on, and now he's under fire from Miller. Miller looking to the inside of the 9. Can he get up to second and maybe try to make a play on Noah Brown? D-West hold and serve on that inside as, oh, they get real close coming off of 4. No contact this time. But boy, howdy did that get close. Both of these cars are giving it their all as D-West is able to clear, and now Miller has his hands full with Dallas Mayan.
Well, showing a lot of the things we saw in half number 1, but a few new players as well. Zach Evans is back there right at the tail end of this back. And Evans, we've seen a few times where that car has been the quickest on old tires, because Zach Evans is about the smoothest driver you could probably ever want to hope for. So, tire saving is a thing that he just naturally does. We're on board with him right now. Just got passed by the 75 of Dylan Good, and now he's getting passed by the 8 of Ty McIntosh, so might be saving them a little bit too much, but we know that they are saving.
Yeah, and that might be a huge benefit to him as this run goes on. See, there goes the 8 car around the 6.
A little bit further up front, David Westergreen has paused his crusade on the outside line. He has fallen in line behind the 65. So we are single file first 7 or so cars right now.
Just the Evans still chilling behind the 8 of McIntosh here. So far, nothing changing up front, although D-West looks like he is under fire for P2 once again.
I was going to make a comment of how smoothly Zach was driving, but I just realized that his camera's frozen, so...
Oh,
Man,
you're right.
He is so smooth, he's not even putting any wheel input in it.
He is running a
Those tires are
1-to-1.
going to... Tires are going to look like fresh after the race, that he's not even using them at all. Inside of that number 8 of Ty McIntosh, though. And we got it back. We know he's moving.
We're looking 3 wide here.
We sure are, and we're looking at the best view of it right from behind. They settle it out for turn number 1.
And Staff looks like he's the biggest loser. He's losing spots. Lost a lot of spots. Dylan Gooden goes by, but Dylan also lost a spot himself to McIntosh. Staff working as hard as he can, trying to hold Evans back and going back to the outside of Gooden. He wants that spot back as well.
Yep, and he's going to get it pretty authoritatively there, too, up into turn number 1. Battle for second now, raging on. James Miller looking racy on the bottom of that 9. Westergreen not going to have the space off of turn number 2. We're on board with Darren Staff. He's a couple cars behind that. You can see on the bottom, that's James Miller right there. And then a couple car lengths up there, that green and brown machine. That's Noah Brown. He's your leader. So this, we got about 8 cars here under a blanket, which is pretty awesome, gotta say.
Absolutely. Now the big question is, how long does it stay before the tire wear rears its ugly head?
Yeah, don't look now. We got a couple more coming in the back of this pack. Looks to be, well, I say couple. It's one. It's Ray Bracey. He's gotten up to that. So 9 cars within about a couple seconds of this lead.
Yeah, Ray on the recovery is he finished very poorly in half one because he was unlucky.
Oh, and the wall is
Oh
still
boy!
good.
Yeah, that was very scary. That's going to cost him some major momentum here as we are once again going to be 3 wide going into 1.
I don't know, my bajo looked like the 5, that's what they call it in California, at rush hour, because you were talking about Ray, and then he was about to run into the back of that 75, so...
Yeah, the
conversation's cursed.
Yeah, or the 80 or 880, whichever one works. A lot of our roads have a lot of traffic.
Yep, that sure is the case.
As once again, we are continuing to be 3 wide. Cart right there on the inside.
Yep, and through all this, James Miller lost about 4 spots. He's now in the fight with Zach Evans.
Yeah, that 09's in free fall mode right now. Didn't really seem like he was pushing that much, but something has happened into that 09 car to keep him losing spots. As here comes Sam Boutwell battling inside Aaron Evans.
A little bit further on back, these are the 2 cars, or not the 2 cars, a little bit in the pack behind the lead pack is what I was going to say.
The pack behind the pack.
Yes. Nice cool little camera there on the top of our screen, courtesy of Carlos, our shots as every week. I love the shots here during the evening time when they show the palm trees, and it's kind of like an iconic photo that they do like every year where it's like the camera's pointed towards turn 2 and you can see the palm trees. I don't know. They did it at Auto Club too back in the day, and those were always my favorite ones. Auto Club and Homestead, just like the vibes. So loving this golden hour that we got going on there. It's making these cars look great.
Amen.
Got a great race going on to go with it.
And it's really setting up, making it like what we saw in the actual season finales. You know, this is right when it would go. You know, it'd start kind of in day and then it transition into night. It's just really getting those nostalgic feels going.
All these cars going down into turn number 3. It is still really anyone's guess here up towards the 2nd spot. David Westergreen now with the biggest get. Oh, caution flag. That is
Aaron Evans.
Interesting.
See what happened. Aaron Evans. Yep, something happened to him. Well, if I'm looking at this correctly, that might have been a dumb caution.
Yeah, it looks like he's on the road course. I think, because I think he's damaged. I think that right front is no longer. So I think he was staying there to get out of the way, just driving on the road course, and it called a caution for.
Yeah, if we go a lap prior, he got into it with Ty Alkes, and the right front broke. But that was kind of, I don't know what you're thinking, iRacing. He was on the road course, like literally on the road course. So if this wasn't the caution right here, I'm not sure why it'd been on the road course. That's an iRacing-ism right there. That's one of the things. You gotta love it.
And you know, I have seen it before where someone in a different league at Old Phoenix, someone accidentally took the road course and it called the caution. So yeah, I guess that's just a consistent iRacing hiccup, bugaboo, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, my absolute favorite parts of the service. I think of them every time I renew, which I can't remember the last time I did. I stocked up on it one year for like 6 years, and then I just figured I would never have to worry about it again, which I'm eventually going to have to, but raced off pit road there. Going to be won by the 65 and Noah Brown.
Yeah, so this is interesting how this is gonna change up the strategy here. It happened pretty good distance into this race, so I wonder if we'll still, I'm sure we'll still have to see them do one more stop, but I can't imagine we'll be seeing any of the fuel saving that we did in half one from this point. So we are looking to be 1 to green now. And so let's see what D West has. He's gonna get another crack at it. See if this time he can pull into the lead of this race.
Yep, and he's in a pretty good spot. If he can get a good little restart up there on the outside, one of my favorite things about Homestead is you lay that right rear on the wall on a restart, you can really just launch out of turn 2, and he would take the lead if he's able to get it right. So we'll see if Noah's prepared for that. Noah can also go up there and make it difficult for him there in turns 1 and 2.
Yeah, and this is big for D West. He has his teammate Ray Bracey behind him this time. So we'll see what these Southern Speedco cars can do. Noah Brown has Dallas Myham behind him, not a teammate. As we see the pace car making the hard left-hand turn out of pit road. Noah Brown will lead us back to the restart zone. Green means go. We are back underway at Homestead, and a horrible jump for David Westergreen. He is going to have to fight just to hold on to P2. Dallas Myham looking to clear into second, and he will.
Oh!
My goodness.
Oh,
no,
sideways.
Bracey going around right in front of the field. Oh, we have several cars hard into the outside wall. Oh, man. Looks like Dylan Thomas involved. Dave Carpenter might be involved. Oh, that is heartbreaking, especially for Ray Bracey being up there in a premium position. What in the world happened here?
He got loose.
Ooh. Yeah, got loose a little bit. Nowhere for James Miller to go. Finishes the 7 off, and it was all she wrote after that. Oh man, you see Dave Carpenter monster trucking over the 7. And almost Ray Bracey could read the Goodyear off of that left rear tire. Major damage for Patrick Hawkeye too. This is going to be a view. Look at that! What a wild ride for Dave Carpenter.
Wow.
Wow. I thought we weren't bringing back the OSCA Monster Truck League anytime soon.
Yeah, no meatball for James. I'm looking at him right now, but he did
just
get pinned in the wall right here.
Yeah,
And that broke something in the rear of his car. He's been struggling to get it around the track a couple laps. So
he almost got away with that. That is unfortunate break, and not sure how much damage Zach Evans got.
He has a meatball. Actually, no, he doesn't. He doesn't have a meatball. Meatball drivers are Dylan Thomas, Dave Carpenter, and Ray Bracey.
big little wreck here for Homestead. Big little,
Yeah.
that's an oxymoron.
Little Big Wreck.
So
The
James
bootleg version of Little Big Planet.
James
I miss
is
that
down
game
and
so
away.
much.
Dude, me too. I will never forgive them for turning the servers off, but you can't go back to any of the awesome online levels. But that's a rant for another time. As quick little reset, Noah Brown is still the race leader, and it's going to be Dallas Myhan on the front row next. So, interesting choice. Also, it looks like Dylan Gooden has also retired from the race.
I might have, might be a little bit wrong. I think James's car was, I thought it was, I was watching his onboard because he was turning left down the straightaway, so I thought his rear end was a little bit broken, but everybody is actually doing that. So I think the setup is just, has some funky caster in it.
Which is weird because I would have put it up to all the way over to right hand down immediately.
Could be just one of those things iRacing's just weirdly showing it too, but yeah.
Probably. As we see pace car getting ready to make that hard left-hand turn onto pit road. Noah Brown will once again lead us to the restart zone. Greamies go! We are back underway at Homestead. Another massive jump for Noah Brown. And another horrible jump for the car next to him. That's going to cost D West another spot as Staff is going to be able to follow Brown through.
Oh,
whoa! Someone
Ziegel.
in the wall. Yeah, and we're going to be 3 wide now. Here comes Ty McIntosh through the middle. What a move by the 8 car. Tyden Jones trying to follow through as we are still going to be 3 wide. Whoa!
They saved it.
A lot of cars sideways, but no one crashing as of yet. Oh boy, that could have been bad, but we stay clean and we stay green.
Yeah, and out of nowhere, the RK Motorsports cars are second and third. Darren Staff up to second, and Dallas Myhan right behind him in third. They are actually, yeah, there's Darren Staff. He was looking strong on the 65. That's really the best. Oh, here he comes on the bottom.
Here we
Battle
go,
for the
battle
lead.
for the lead. Staff side by side with Brown. What does Myhan do? Does he take it 3? No, he gives a bump to his teammate. Shoots Darren Staff through. Noah Brown trying to hold on to the outside of the 45. He's not going to do it. Staff clears. New race leader 45, but Noah Brown with the crossover. Myhan continuing to shove his teammate along, trying to get him back out in front. Brown is clear, pulling up baby slide job. Staff get to the outside, and he's going to hold that position. Once again, another huge shove from Myhan. Dallas is going to push him through before they're even at the corner. But Staff, he was clear, doesn't take it, and now Brown is still side by side as they come off a 2.
That was a power move for the 45, and I think he's going to get it here into turn number 3. It's going to be tight. Noah Brown is using that air to his advantage right on the right rear.
Caution! We got cars going
Kidding.
around. Sam Boutwell involved, Zach Evans as well. And unfortunately for Staff, the caution falls with Noah Brown in the lead. All that work for nothing.
Oh!
See, contact with Sam and James Miller. Zach Evans gets on the binders to avoid it, spins out, but crucially
nothing too
does
bad.
not hit anything. Yeah, he that worked out as well as it was going to for Zach.
Quick note, I was speaking to Darren when he loaded up into the session, and as soon as he did, the first thing he said was, "Oh man, we're doing this in the day. I only practice this at night."
Well, we can tell with how much pace he has with the lights on.
By the way, we do have a driver in the infield care center whenever you guys wish to take him.
Alrighty, we will bring them up. About 3 left. Oh, okay, we're gonna bring him up now. Perfect. Aaron, Jade's in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Well, I speak for all of us when I say we were happy to see you get one of the last golden tickets into the World Finals, but fortunately tonight didn't quite go as you were hoping for there.
Yeah. I don't know. It feels like these last couple of races have been very much one of those where it's been. I feel like I've been on the back foot. I mean, I was so fast at Daytona last week, and then that happens uh, right away on the start of the second half, and then I ran a good first half, I felt like, and then just somebody got a little bit impatient and bumped me out of the way. So
Yeah, the luck hasn't been there, and the consistency is coming along, and I know that's a big bummer, but the big thing for you is that the last few weeks you're showing the pace. Your speed the last couple weeks has been night and day compared to what the season started out with, and luck will change and will ebb and flow. Consistency can be taught and learned. Pace is not something that you can really teach. So the fact that you're showing the speed, that's the important thing. Everything else will come. You're figuring out what's important.
yeah, I feel like every time I'm up here, I say I feel like I'm getting better week in, week out. Last season with the trucks, just really wasn't my strong suit. I was telling some people that I felt like I'd be doing a lot better with these cars. Ironically, because they have less downforce. But it feels like the car switch, and I just have improved a lot. I'm looking forward to running these cars next season, obviously. On Santi's team, I don't know if he's gotten a chance to come up and say it yet, but
Ooh,
I am
dude.
confirmed to be driving for Santi's team.
He has not.
Yeah, he had a thing coming after the race.
Well, I know a little bit more, but I know that's not what he's going to announce.
Oh, okay, that's even good then.
So,
Well, congratulations on getting a ride.
I will not announce who some of the other drivers are, drivers, but that is just me personally. I'm looking forward to running for Santa next year. He's been a great help. I'll miss not running a lot with him next season, but we'll see where it goes.
Alright, well, real quick before we let you go, any final sponsors, plugs, and shoutouts you'd like to give?
Well, last one of the season, so I want to thank you guys a lot, obviously, being up here every week, putting this on. I know sometimes it gets boring. Sometimes it's a lot of fun. I want to thank everyone who's racing, obviously. We get at each other's throats every now and then, but without everybody here, it just wouldn't be possible to have this group. And sponsor-wise, I once again say it every week. I want to thank my fiance for helping make the car. I don't know if it'll be back for next season, but we'll probably have something planned. What did you guys think of the paint scheme? That was the last sentence.
Oh, I loved it.
Sort of thing.
I like it.
Very cool, yeah.
But that's all from me. I want to obviously thank you guys, thank Vic, thank everybody else for coming out and putting up with me when I know I can be a little bit pain in my ass. Oh, sorry, I'll donate. Just like everybody else. But
Alrighty, well, we appreciate you, Aaron, and hopefully we're talking to you again next season.
hopefully in a much better circumstance.
Absolutely. Alright, that is Aaron Evans, and as you see, things are heating up. There was almost a near calamity with kinda Jones and Dallas Myhan getting a little bit of the wall. Almost ended with both cars getting shipped to the inside, but we stay clean and green. Meanwhile, McIntosh trying to work over Noah Brown. Staff did not get a good jump on the inside of Noah Brown and is now falling back to third. just anyone who restarts next to that 65 cam just cannot stay with him.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that is. If it's just a positional thing, if they can't see when he's going, or because typically if you're running a single screen right there on the outside of the leader is a really tough place to start, or really on the front row anywhere. If you're not the leader, it's pretty tough. So I'm not sure if it's that or just something else, but definitely, yeah, have observed that all night. And Noah, I mean, he's also just a pretty good restarter most of the time. Usually is on the on the loud pedal pretty quickly.
Provided he's putting it in the right gear.
Yes, that's the kicker. He's got to. Maybe they put an automatic in it for him this week. Oh, we got a battle for the lead. Big one.
Pass for the lead. Tie to the inside of Brown. Brown gonna power around the outside. And he's getting shoved by Staff. Oh, almost major contact. Staff got a little wiggly going down the back straightaway. Now he jumps to the inside of Brown. McIntosh running the outside, trying to see if he can get the run while these two are side by side. Once again, Brown holds tough. You think he'd be a sit duck running that middle?
Oh, contact!
Contact! Oh, looks like Staff tried to run the middle where Brown was running, and that was near disaster. Brown jumps up in front of McIntosh. Now what does Ty do? He runs up top once again.
Making great use of that outside line. Gotta wonder if he's going to burn it up like we saw David Westergreen do in the race number 1, but definitely is putting a good challenge at 65.
Yeah, you can tell it kind of the damn torpedoes full speed ahead. You need the clean air. So much so that they are willing to risk it all and burn it all, trying to get the lead of this race. But it just does not seem to matter what lane Brown runs. They just cannot get by. As battle for P3 shaping up. Here comes David Westergreen back into the fray. Was looking to get by the 45. But Staff with a much better corner, putting a little bit of gap between him and the 9. Staff runs up high with McIntosh. Doesn't look like it really worked for him. Looked like he had to run about a lane lower to stay out of that arrow walk. Ty just getting so much momentum off of the corner, but it's only enough to get him up to the back bumper of the 65, not anywhere alongside.
I think he was, yep. He was looking low there, and Noah knew that was coming, and just going to block that runoff.
Yeah, almost kind of snickered him there. While side by side a little further back, Ziegel and Capuano battling for position with Gomera and Miller right behind them. Noah Brown might have survived the full brunt of the battle there. He's starting to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, I think the tires on that number 8 are starting to go away just a little bit, because he's not able to. You can see him move down to the bottom right there. He's not able to hook the car off the middle like he was a couple laps ago. So I think, yeah, maybe just trying to cool him down a little bit there. Maybe reset and try something here again in a few laps.
Yeah, reset and try to get the Redux car once again. You see him jump back to the outside, but it might be in defense, holding the 45 back. The top 5 have started to pull away a little bit. They've got some breathing room back to Kynan P6. See, there goes Gilberto jumping to the inside of Eric Ziegel. See Zach Evans starting to move back. He's starting to gain some positions. There's a little bit of a wiggle for Ziegel there.
And Eagle's been struggling tonight a little bit. I would have expected the 5 to be a little bit quicker than he has been, but just hasn't been able to get out of that mid-pack wad of, I guess, bad air and all that. So just yeah, kind of a meh night, all things considered, for the driver of the 5.
Yeah, very uncharacteristic for him. I think we all would have expected him to be a lot further up front. Meanwhile, everyone is giving some major quick shifts additions. A whole lot of content for Ray to work with. Some random ass conversations going on. I have no idea what they're talking about, and at this point, I don't want to.
And what happened to Santi here? He was up in near the top 10, and now he's back to 19.
Is he hitting? No. Yeah, he's just kind of falling off hardcore. I think Dylan Thomas has brought it down to pit road as well. Yeah, I don't know if he Uber killed his tires or what, but he's dropping time fast.
Yeah, not sure there. There's no visible damage on the car. It's just not going anywhere particularly quickly, but we'll see. Maybe another caution. He'll get back in it. Somebody who's gone nowhere quickly is Daniel Gore. He's still back in about the 14th spot, just not able to do a whole lot of anything. Santi just said his tires are destroyed, so that would explain why he's just got no pace right now.
Yep. Meanwhile, we were 3 wide for a second. Look at Sam Boutwell. Where in the world did the 47 come from?
Yeah, he's doing a good run right there.
I think Sam might have hit it for tires. He's putting them to use. Look at that. Up to P3.
Race control in another league, and looking to control the race here if he can take the lead.
Yeah, look at that. He's not far away from Noah Brown.
He's gonna get there in a couple laps. Yeah, he is. He's cooking.
He's trying to get clear of Ty McIntosh. Ty trying to fight hard to hold on to P2. And Sam's gonna clear. That is big. It is big for the 47, not having to waste more tire life trying to fight. Now he can go focus forward and try to see if he can get himself the lead of this race.
Yeah, I think it's inevitable. That car is just marching right now.
Getting closer and closer all over the back of Noah Brown. Brown runs a little high, tried to dump some aero wash. Zach Evans is given the command. He's bringing it down this time by. While Dave Carpenter and Dylan Thomas have officially retired from tonight's event, their season is over. You see the difference Clean Air makes. Just does not look like Sam is able to make the ground that he did on Brown earlier. Just kind of start to plateau here.
Yeah, Noah has adjusted a little bit and started dumping some air on the front of that 47 and slowed his progress just a little bit, but I think Sam also trying to counter adjust as well and run a different line. So you're like right here, just trying to dip his nose a little bit below that 65. That will help.
Yeah, that's a good corner from Sam. You see he's clawed back a little bit of gap. Just needs to keep the car as low as he can, especially with Brown starting to slide up. You see right there, Sam had basically a full lane of Clean Air. Trying to keep that nose out behind the rear of the 65 as long as he can. Now he's jumping to the outside, seeing if he can get that to work. He's gonna have a run here. Where does he go? What does he do? Jumps back up high. Brown tries to follow him a little bit, runs the middle. We'll see what that does for the speed of the 65. Boutwell looking to the outside, looking to the inside. Where does he go? He jumps to the inside. Big dive from Sam Boutwell as Brown jumps up high. Clean tires on the bottom versus the, I think, slightly older tires up at the top. Brown able to stay alongside with Sam. Brown gonna clear. See a few more cars coming down pit road. When do we see the race leaders? Boutwell once again tries to battle. As you see Ray Bracey back on track. Oh, I think Brown is bringing it in this time. McIntosh as well. P3, P1 and P4 bringing it in.
Yep, there they go. So that gives the lead to the 47. Now, I believe it was 11 laps, the gap that Sam pitted.
Yes.
Oh,
caution.
Patrick Haughey. Oh my goodness. What is this going to do to the lineup?
That
We
might
have
help some of
so
these
many
guys.
cars bringing it down. They were already on pit road. But at least in my experience, from what I've seen on iRacing, if you're on pit road when the caution comes out, even if you're ahead, it gives you an EOL. At least from what I've seen. So this might be a huge break for the likes of Boutwell, Staff, Westergreen.
Yeah, so if that worked the way it should, that should be a huge break for Noah and Ty. But like you said, I think I've seen that before where it doesn't like work correctly. But
Yeah, it like gives
We'll
them
see.
EOL when in real life they would be. So
I
looks-
Up
think
to-
it's because of like, right there where it's sending them around the pace car. I think it's going.
Dallas didn't make it.
Yeah. Is it gonna EOL? Okay, we'll see.
So Ty McIntosh and Noah Brown were able to not get stuck a lap down. I don't see them having any penalties on my end. I don't know if EOLs show up on my penalty report.
they wouldn't know, so we won't have any sort of clue until we're about 1 to green. Really.
I don't know if one of you guys can pop down there and ask Ty if he has an EOL or not. Oh, you said you until 1 to go. Oh yeah, that's right. We will see.
So let's see. Meanwhile, the lead lap cars bringing it down now.
I want to say they should be fine if they don't have the penalty now, but
I think they're
yeah,
fine.
we'll see. Yeah, all things considered, like they should have a huge advantage with that. At least, I mean, a little bit, I guess, because not everybody's gonna pit. But
And there's 47 off and away. See D West a little sideways out of his box. And there's the stops complete. Now we'll see what what iRacing race control says, not our actual race control.
if our race control did, if our race control did inspection at the snowball, would it be Vicky Brooks? Okay, that's horrible. I'm gonna go to sleep now.
Hey. I'm the one who does the bad puns here. Thank you very much. Stealing my job.
Of course, anyone who did watch the snowball, Ty Majeski led like 99% of the race and got penalized on the last restart for a supposed jump, and that gave the win to Stephen Yassey. So that's how that went.
One at green. Your top two are.
Alright, so it does not look like they're sending those two to the back. So that is a huge break for Brown and McIntosh, and a huge bad break for those that just barely got trapped, light in my hand, etc. Miller. But we'll see what those that just pitted have.
And I'm
See if-
curious to see what Sam Boutwell can do on equal tires
Exactly.
these drives up here.
I was just about to say that. See if the
Great minds
47
think alike.
Amen. Here we go. Gonna be one last good run of these set of tires getting to lap 87. So pace car makes a hard left-hand turn onto pit road. No Brown once again lead us to the restart zone. Green means go. We are back underway at Homestead.
Yeah, once again, just a rocket restart for that 65.
Oh,
Oh,
no!
sideways!
Sam's big loose, and he's gonna hang on to it.
No,
Back
no.
up the track. Oh my God! Zach
Commentator's
Evans is
curse.
absolutely
Santi,
killed.
you will be missed.
No.
That's a shame. That's disappointing.
Santi, you can
In
mail
so
your
many
complaint
ways.
to James.Watson at 3ytv.com.
Hey, Cam said it first.
I plead the fifth.
That is heartbreaking. Sam Boutwell spinning from P3. He had it, then he lost it, then he had it, then he lost it, then he had it, then he completely lost it.
Yeah, yep, right there. And it's a big one.
And you see Zach Evans, he just got clobbered. He went airborne. My goodness me.
Interestingly enough, Santi's car, the front looks the exact same as it did in half one.
Damn. Damn. God. Oh my Lord have mercy. Oh. That is unfortunate for Sam, unfortunate for Zach, and unfortunate for Santiago.
Ooh, I think Danny G also got a little bit of that.
This is going to be a ride right here. Yep.
Yeah, overcorrect back up, and I think he brushed by him, if that. I think
he's good.
Daniel Gore got away. Obligatory sarcastic joke about Daniel Gore getting a break.
Yeah, something about some 7-time champions horseshoe stuck up somewhere.
Yeah.
I remember that from back in the day. A lot. All right. Well, last 20 laps of the season come up here, James, and half two. Yeah, it's been a bit of a crazy one a little bit.
Yeah, things are gonna get pretty goofy, I'd say. I can't imagine that will be the only caution we get. So we're getting ready to go one to green.
Interestingly enough, I'm not sure if it's just iRacingism here. I'm not showing anyone with a meatball, even Santi, with the complete front end missing.
Yeah, you wonder. I know Zach Evans has already been parked for accidentally using the fast repair. You wonder if the other two as well. Not that it would have mattered, because I don't think any of those three are getting back on track.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. And I think some of the others are waiting for these last 20 laps to go by as quickly as possible so that we can be over with this.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Ty McIntosh is talking about how much he likes to be a bottom lane driver.
What? Why'd you pause after that?
What do
He
you
was
mean
going
by
to call
that?
him bottom feeder. Or he
I,
was just going to call him a bottom.
He just paused
I'm
after he calls him a bottom.
I have no idea what you're talking about, sir. I was just merely relaying what I heard. There's no particular reason to pause after that. As the pace car is making the hard left-hand turn onto pit road, green means go. We are back underway at Homestead. And once again, a massive jump from the outside lane. Capuano going to be battling with McIntosh for P2 as Brown starts to run away. We are 3 wide. And, oh boy.
Capion was all sorts of sideways out of turn 2. I thought we were about to have a huge one again, but he caught it.
And that cost him a whole lot of time, as now he's going to be 3 wide with Staff and Westergreen. Here comes Staff back to P3.
And Westergreen is following him as well. I think this has been really the big four. Dallas Myhand as well. That's kind of been your 5 all race. Noah Brown still in the lead. And the 5 fastest drivers up there and trying to make something happen.
Yeah, good recovery from Myhand after getting caught out with when that caution came out. Whoa, big sideways for Myhand.
Lead.
Yeah, that was
And
wild.
here comes McIntosh looking to the inside of Brown. Can he pull off the pass this time? Brown going a lot higher than he has been, trying to defend the lead. He's going to carry the momentum around. Staff looking to take it 3 wide for the lead. They're going to clear just 2 wide for second. Huge for Brown to clear both of these two, as it was going to get pretty silly there. As McIntosh is going to clear Staff. That might have really hampered their ability to get by Brown, though, because now they have all that gap that they need to get back. And they're running out of time, and they're going to be running out of tire. Oh, caution!
Yeah, who was that?
I think that was
Someone
Santiago
stopped.
on the, stop on the back straightaway.
Oh, he couldn't see.
Oh,
And the apron at Homestead is a lot more sensitive for cautions than the back straightaways at other tracks. You know, we're used to the back straightaway apron at like Kansas, Darlington, Fontana not really bringing cautions out. Homestead is not like that. So unfortunately, Santiago's stop there on the back straightaway was enough to bring out the caution. He was obviously trying to get out of the way. It looks like Santiago's only being given an EOL. So obviously not the further intentional caution penalty, because obviously it was not intentional what he was trying to do. Just tried to do the best he could. As we got cars. Oh, there's contact on pit road between the leaders. McIntosh
Lord,
and
have
Brown
mercy.
make contact.
Why are people getting so close to those barrels?
I think Brown was trying to wait as late as he could, trying to sell a dummy / trying to figure out what everyone else was going to do, and that nearly ended up disastrous for both. This is going to be interesting because quite a few people are staying out. Oh, and I think we got some two-tire calls here. Looks like Staff, Myhand, Jones,
All of RKM.
Ford taking 2 tires. And then it looks
are you
like
on the
we have-
radio to your drivers there, Carlos?
I'm gonna plead the 5th, or I should say, I'm not sure.
I don't recall.
I don't recall. Excuse me.
And it looks like the top 5 stayed out. And unfortunately, Ray Bracey is being parked because he accidentally used fast repair.
Ooh.
Yeah, for Santi saying he's so sorry. You got to feel for him. Just in his final race, trying to finish the thing, and the hood flies up. I mean, not much you can do about that. It's just the universe not really working with you at that point.
Yeah, certified redux moment for them not taping the hood down.
Yeah. They had it's Christmas time, so they had some of that Scotch tape laying around.
They accidentally used painter's tape instead of a Tinderbond hour tape.
There you go. I will attest to some painter's tape being pretty legit, though. I painted something, a pair of shoes for Halloween. I used a lot of painter's tape that stuck like pretty well to the fabric. So, shout out to I think it was 3M.
Yeah, they make painter's tape.
Meanwhile, we are 1 to green. We are gonna have, I believe, 14 laps to go when we go back at it.
Bit of a split strategy here. I think this is going to be a wild one.
Absolutely, as the pace car makes the hard left-hand turn on a pit road. David Westergreen will lead us to the restart zone. Green means go. We are back underway at Homestead. And let's see what happens now. D West trying to battle with Rut, trying to hold on to the lead, but Neil's going to have a great run through 1 and 2. Oh, big contact! Gilberto hard into the wall.
No caution.
And we are still green.
That is wild.
No kidding. Meanwhile, David Westergreen is still fighting hard with Neil Rutt. He's going to clear the 66.
Oh.
Here comes Darren Staff on the 2 tires.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty quick for Darren here. He is flying. One person who's not as kind in it. That car is absolutely a beer can.
Yeah. Darren is flying. Kynan is falling with style. As here comes Staff to the inside of Rut. He's going to make easy work of the 66. Noah Brown caught in all kinds of traffic. One of the first on the 4 tires. We're going to be 3, almost 4 wide towards the middle. This is a massive hornet's nest as here comes Staff to the inside of D West. Staff with so much grip there on the inside. There's almost going to be contact. They are still side by side off of turn 2.
Yep, they are all sorts of everywhere right now on this track.
And he is not able to make those 2 tires work to get the lead nearly as much as we thought. D-West is still holding on. Meanwhile, here comes Brown on the 4 tires.
Oh, 3 wide.
Almost. Staff kind of shuts it down, cuts to the inside. D-West was a bit higher, though. That might not be good, and it's not. Staff is going to clear. Now, Darren Staff needs to just run away if he's going to hold off those 4 fresh tires. Westergreen going to give it everything he has, trying to hold on to the P2 as here comes Neil right around the outside. Not able to stay alongside. We stay 2 by 2. No change yet. Still side by side. Looks like Brown might have cleared Westergreen, and he has. He is going to have about 10 laps to go to try to get the lead of this race back. Here comes Miller to the inside of Westergreen. 3 wide right behind. Oh, we're going to be 4 wide off of 4. Oh, boy. 3 and 4 wide. This is going crazy.
That's not going to work. They're caught. Oh, contact. Tire around.
Oh, Neil around as well. Caution is out. 27 and the 66 around.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, boy.
I do love auto racing for sure.
Absolutely.
Oh man, there was a lot going on there. Let's check the replay. I think that's just a classic case of 4 cars on a 4-lane track.
Did the
Yeah,
car
Maybe
slide up?
5 on a good day.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's kind of just hard to figure out who you would really attribute that to. Like, just one of them deals.
Really, the one who got the most damage there, Neil, he was the least egregious of the ones there. He was off in La La Land, kind of doing his own thing, and it was the 3 at the bottom that had all ran into each other.
Yeah. Neil just the innocent bystander, and Peeler just the even more innocent bystander there.
Isn't that just an analog of the season right there for both of them, though? That's just,
Pretty much. Meanwhile, Westergreen and Miller bringing it down for the tires that they saved. So we'll see what they do. Interesting. Looks like
But we lost Zico.
yeah, and it looks like he was given the EOL for that. So it looks like Race Control put it on the 5.
So it's
that
more of
is,
a race crit.
that is a call.
We do have
Yeah.
we do have a driver in the infield care center whenever you guys wish to bring him up.
All right, let's go ahead and talk to him real quick before we get back to what might be the last restart of the season. Gilly, James in the booth, you got a copy?
Hey, I got you loud and clear.
Well, it was unfortunate there end there to your World Finals there, Gilly.
Yeah, just I was expecting the tires to be a little bit more up to temp and have a little more grip there. And once I started getting a little loose, I tried to catch it a little bit, but hit the 09, and then that kind of just sent me into the wall. And I feel bad for getting kind of involved in that. I was not trying to get anybody else involved in that mess, but yeah, overall it was kind of a little bit of a rough night. Just no luck out there. A little bit of pace, but just no luck.
Yeah, a bummer for you. All kinds of bad breaks. Real quick, what happened in half 1 with the pit road wall?
Yeah, I'm following, I think it was Aaron Evans. I was following him, and then I see him dart to the left last second. So it didn't occur to me that the barrels were right there. So I tried going to the left, but I just caught the barrels there right in the wrong spot and absolutely knocked the right front out. So that was just the end of my night right there, at least for half 1. So just a silly mistake on my part, honestly.
Well, unfortunate. Real quick, any quick sponsors, plugs, and shoutouts?
Yeah, just shout out to Southern Speed Co. for the season. It was a really fun year for all 4 of us. It was nice to get a couple wins on the board. Shout out to Wicked Woodsman, to Tim for jumping on board, and shout out to you guys in the broadcast. You guys have been doing great all season.
All right, we appreciate you, Gilly. Can't wait to talk to you next season as we are about to go back green. Terrence Staff will lead us to the restart zone. Green means go. We are back underway at Homestead. A huge restart for Staff. Exactly what he needs. A huge lead already. And 5 laps to go. Brown battling with his teammate. Look who's back. The bounty hunter trying to go for that last win of the season.
It'd be number 15 for him. He is going to be trying here into turn number 3, all the way on the back. Oh, contact between the teammates.
Oh boy, that could have been it for a lot of cars. Staff still holds on. 4 laps to go in the season. And if you're Noah Brown, what do? You're running out of time. You got to send it, and he does, to the inside of Gore. I think Brown is on the pressure tires compared to Gore, and he will get back ahead of his teammate.
No, they're both on the same tires. Oh, excuse me,
both on the same tire.
Gore 2 tires. Gore 2 tires.
Okay, that's what I thought. Here
Well,
we
here
go.
it comes.
Here
That's not going to work.
There's contact. Staff still holds on. And Gore is making it 3 wide for the lead. Oh, what did you do if you're Darren Staff? As here comes Myham, maybe looking to make it 4. This might be all she wrote for Staff, but he's powering through even with the 2 tires. He's gonna hold on. Think we got a car going down to the apron, not sure, but Staff is still holding on to this lead for dear life. Almost contact between the Redux cars. And here we go. 2 laps to go from Homestead.
Yep, that is wild. I think the Redux cars kind of helped Aaron a little bit there by brushing doors.
Wall. Oh, we were 4 wide for a second. James Miller on the brand new tires. Does he have enough time?
Here he comes.
Big spin from Brown. Here comes Miller. White flag, final lap. 1 lap to go here in the World Finals. Can James Miller steal this one at the end?
Yeah, Miller has not won since August. I believe the 3rd race of the season, so he is very hungry here.
Oh, he's got a huge run. What does Staff do? He blocks high. Watch low. Here comes Miller with a huge run. Coming off of turn 4. Staff is gonna clear. No, at the line.
Oh!
Miller.
Miller.
Wow!
Miller wins at Homestead. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Point
Right
zero
at the
zero
line.
001. 001.
Unbelievable. Wow. Now that is how you end the season, ladies and gentlemen.
That was awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Not biased at all, but awesome.
You're over here like this. I'm over here like this.
And I'm over here wheezing because my voice is gone after that. My voice is non-existent. My goodness.
Yeah, it sounded like you were having fun there. That was some of the best stuff we saw all season in OSCA, and I think that was the perfect way to end it.
Oh wow, that was unbelievable. I was having to take sips of my drink in between shouting matches, trying to have something left for that finish. As a broadcaster, if your voice is gone, that means it was one heck of a show. Oh, wow.
Well, I don't know what's going to be of TMR after this season, but if that's the last we see of it, I will be happy with that result.
Yeah, talk about going out on a high. See, there was just nothing Staff could do. You try to go high, he just drives low. Go high, or go low, he just drives high. Just nothing you can do if you're Darren Staff. Just hope for the best, and Miller just had enough of a run. And the side draft right there, perfectly timed side draft, is what won James Miller that race. You could see the momentum of that 45 just absolutely die out the moment he went down. And that was enough to get James Miller the walk-off win in the World Final.
And a shout out to Darren there. He could have very easily thrown a dirty block on that and possibly caused a wreck and just made it kind of a cluster at the finish. But he gave James the room for them to have a clean run to the line, and I think that was a good show of racing and sportsmanship there.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, he could have very well went full Kale Gale 2012 and walled him, but he didn't. Well, I think it's time we go ahead and start getting to some of those interviews, and we're gonna go ahead and start with our third place finisher, Daniel Gore. Danny G, James in the booth, you got a copy?
Got you.
Well, you almost just snookered them there at the end. Was there anything more you could have done on that one?
Not a thing more. Other than take 4 tires at my last stop. That's probably the only different thing. And even then, it wouldn't have been the right call with James sneaking it there. But given that was 3 laps down at the start, I'll happily take a P3.
Yeah, you were gonna have pretty much everyone punch in the air if you brought home that one last race win sticker. Just tell us what happened there at the start. Just lost connection for a minute.
Yeah, this has been a issue I've had in other leagues. Is my internet likes to do this thing where roughly around this time of night it will just drop out for, I don't know, 5 to 6 minutes, and there's nothing I can do to get it back. And it just happened to go when we had less than 2 minutes in the warm-up, so I already knew I wasn't going to make the start.
Well, unbelievable recovery to even get in the conversation there. Did you think this was going to happen when you when the connection dropped?
No. My teammates all test was pretty down in the dumps until we got a few lucky cautions, and even then I almost got involved in 2 of the 3. So I think the second one was Sam. I looked to my right and I locked up the brakes and there was a car flipping, so I got real lucky not to get involved in any of them.
Yeah, and just while we got you, just take us through what was your proudest moment from this season on another dominant championship run there.
Well, this moment, I'd have to think about it. I mean, I guess it's got to be Sonoma, right? I mean, I know, and you know, I've always been a road course guy, but to start from pit lane and still win, I think probably got to be one of my best moments this season, for sure.
Absolutely, and finally, Mr. Champion, we're gonna go ahead and give you the floor here. And, let's just say, whatever you want is your decree as like 16th time in a row champion.
Thank you guys seriously for putting this on, Vic. Carlos for broadcasting, you guys for commentating, my teammates for just being downright great people. It's a shame that Santi decided to call it quits this season, and I don't know if he's going to get an interview tonight because I know it's been a long one, but I believe he does have a couple things he'd like to say. But if not, that's cool. Thank you all the sponsors, my buddies, Liam, Jordan, if they're there. And yeah, that's it.
Alrighty. Well, we appreciate you, Daniel, and hopefully / surely we're talking to you next season.
Hopefully so.
Alrighty. There is our champion and 3rd place finisher, Daniel Gore, and now we'll cut to Cam with our runner-up from tonight, Darren Steff.
Yep, I got it right here. Darren, Cam in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I gotcha.
All right. Well, you put on one hell of a race there. A fun scientific fact for you and the viewers: the time that it would take light to travel from New York City to Boston is about the gap that you lost that race tonight by. So, tell us about your night. And I mean, that's probably the closest finish in OSCA history. And we were up here screaming in the booth. We were having a good time. But tell us about how it was going for you.
Yeah, I mean, Carlos kind of attest in practice and in qualifying. I felt like this was the crappiest car I've ever had all year. My teammates are running really well, but half one, I had found a little bit of a groove, but with the spinning going to the back, I'm glad I got even a top 10 out of that. And then half two, it started out kind of like with that sunset and ended on the lights, and me and my teammates had talked about 2 tires all night, and I took it in half one there in the final stretch, and then here in half two, I thought a lot more of the leaders were going to. They didn't. I had seen Sam trying to pass Brown even on 12, I think, lap pressure tires, and he couldn't, and so I thought maybe there was a chance, and it did. And then on the white flag, I let Miller get the draft there and forgot that he had hit it under the last caution. So, but incredible race to the line. I definitely won't hold myself against getting P2 tonight. I think I put an extremely good effort in, and just that close.
Yeah, but it's I don't think there's any shame there, especially I brought it up at the end of the race. You could have very well easily just chopped off James there and caused a wreck, and you know, that would have been a 50-50 on whether you got the win there or not. But I think that was the move we all wanted to see, just because that was a great clean run to the line, and you know, as a race fan, that's just always what we want. But I mean, hell of a season.
Clean's a relative term, but but yeah, no. I was telling James that looking at the replay, I probably could have cleared and just gone up, but on my side, it looked like by the time I had moved right, if I had tried to steer and block him, I would have just right hooked myself on the wall. That fraction of a second that I had cleared, I didn't think was enough to block him. So yeah, I mean, in ignoring the fact that I got a second out of it, it was incredible finish at the line. Like I said, I definitely won't hold my head down against this. This was looking at it even from the losing side, that was a really, really fun finish to the line. And glad I got a top 10 and a top 5 despite not really feeling good in practice. Really, really happy with the way I ended my year.
Yeah, I was gonna say, hell of a year for you. I mean, 3 wins on the season. You really just kind of lit the fire in your second half, and we're up there every week. When you look at the season as a whole, is there any highs or lows, or anything you want to take away from it going into next season?
Yeah, I guess the lows, I would say, was at the very start of the season. Not only was I feeling like I had issues almost every week, whether it was at Road America where I had my speeding penalty, or the other weeks at the start of the year, where I just had technical issues. The worst part being that that was my home region, and I really wanted to win in the win in the Midwest region. But I'm really glad with the way we ended our year. I feel like I have still a little bit to improve on, but knowing that we're going to these cars next season, I'm absolutely excited to start the season off strong and hopefully finish next season off strong.
Absolutely. Well, before we let you go, any shout-outs?
Yeah, I had him on the car this week through TV. You guys always put on a incredible broadcast. I can't wait to go back and look at that finish from your guys' vantage point. I'm still kind of shaking from it. Carlos, obviously you give me the chance every year with RK. I'm glad I've been saying it all year. I'm really glad I'm giving you the performances that you kept me around for. And all my other teammates of Kynan, Dallas, and even when Tristan was still around, for holding on and continuing to give me the support all year. Speaking of support, all my family members that were either watching right now or just have been watching all year. It's really great to have more supporters and seeing what I'm doing in life when they're behind the screen. My girlfriend especially. I've been nagged a couple weeks for not mentioning her specifically, so there you go. And Accelerated Cloud Solutions, the other sponsor I have. My dad's been working really hard to build the company, and he's making a lot of really good progress, and I hope that continues for him. And just the entire league for having a really fun year. Had some ups and downs, but overall I'm still extremely happy with how this year went for everyone in the series, and especially not meaning to my own horn, me.
Well, absolutely. Always good to acknowledge the progress you've made, and that is completely fine. But thank you for giving some time to us, and it was great fun to watch you all season. Great fun to see how you improved really each and every year, being one of your former teammates. It's very cool to see that. So I think we'll see more of that next season, and go out there and give us a show.
Yeah, thank you, Cam.
Alrighty, and now it's time to talk to our race winner. But you know what, Cam, do you want to go ahead and take that one too?
You know what? Let's go ahead and do that. I'll drag him up and hope that he sees that he's in here. Well, hello there. Race winner chicken dinner or something like that. There's a saying like that.
Winner. Chicken
You
dinner.
who's the one who did? You did the Ryan Blaney move. I think it was Blaney who kind of snookered turn 3 and 4 there a couple years ago at Homestead. But yeah. That was awesome, James. I think that's the closest finish in OSCA history. Tell us about your night.
Well, I mean, I qualified so good. And I was just cruising around. It was a long race. Knew it would be just long run strategy, and I was just trying to save tires and wasn't doing a great job at it. But we just got lucky with the way each caution landed, and with that last run in the first half being 3 laps short to the end, I didn't actually know how short. Like, I didn't know coming up to that pit stop, I didn't know how long a full tank of fuel went. So it was kind of just see what the number said to me when I came out. It was only had to save 3 laps, so I coasted in early through the whole run, which then made me realize that I had been driving in way too deep all night. So it worked out, made it perfectly on fuel, and found a better bottom line. And then was a bit more aggressive the second race. I had a lot of cars decided to get loose right in front of me, and a bit of a weird contact with others, and I was just getting frustrated with it and just trying to work my way back to the front. And then I guess it was the second to last caution, everyone in front of me pitted, which threw me right off. I did not think we were pitting. Didn't think it would be that time. And then all the tires passed me. I was like, oh damn, I should have got tires. I guess this is it. So when that last caution came out, I was debating on whether I wanted to try to hang on to it or if I wanted to go for it. And obviously I decided to go for it. So I took rights, and I about lost it into turn 1. I thought rights was a terrible idea coming into turn 1 off that restart. And then I just overdrove it into 3 and 4, and it was a rail. It was a rail. Nice. It was a rocket on a rail. And yeah, I just so glad Darren didn't try to block that run, because I was not moving. I was full throttle to the finish line, but that might have been, I don't know. I don't think it's my best league win, but that was definitely exciting because I didn't think I had it at the line.
Yeah, and I mean, effectively, I would say almost bookended really the season. Last win being in August, and then we've had a lot of good runs up until this point, just not able to really close the deal. And so, I mean, that's a pretty good way to finish it off. I mean, I don't really know what the TMR plans are for next season. They're up in the air. I would assume for you, maybe too. Maybe you've already made your decision. I don't really know. Do you have one? Do you have a decision?
Well, it's kind of complicated now because last race week for myself, which was, geez, what, 3 weeks ago now? I took myself out, and then got annoyed and hit a car under caution for no reason because the move they made was the exact same move I would have made. It was just me not realizing the situation. And I was ready to quit. I was like, do I even show up for Homestead? Like, what's the point? Because I clearly misjudged this whole points format for the season. I went really hard for the first 4 weeks, locked myself in for the finale, and thought that was it. So I kind of slacked off in the middle of the season, unfortunately. But I signed up for this. I'm locked in. I got to finish this thing off. So now I don't know if I'm gonna come back next year or not, because right now I feel really good about the car and driving, but it's a tough league, and I've definitely had some weeks where I just haven't been performing, and it's hard to put that effort in needed for this league. But we'll take the off season to think about it for sure, and I'm sure I'll be itching to drive again. So I don't know. I might be back.
Yeah, I mean that's fair. I've been in that position many times. Sometimes a break is just all you need, especially when it's something like. I mean, I'd say racing can be an addiction. When you have an addiction, it's like a little bit of a tea break. Makes you want to itch for it again. But yeah, I'd say that was a pretty good season. I think ultimately you ended up in third in points. Before we let you go,
Hey, not runner up again. I guess I'll take it. Not the spot I wanted to gain or lose to, but oh well.
Hey, I mean, you just went the wrong way.
Yeah. At least I'm not runner up.
But hey, you did finish the season, unlike some people. So we'll call that a win.
Yeah.
All of my drivers were able to compete in OSCA at the end of the season, so I'll take that as a win too. I didn't have to blur out my logo either. But anyway, before we let you go, any shout outs?
Just thanks to you for the opportunity. When I first started, I guess 2 years ago, I think my memory serves. It's not the greatest, but I filled in for you and Drew, and thanks to Hack for, I guess, mentioning me and giving me the opportunity as well. Thanks to everyone at Discord, my friends watching. They were cheering me on. If my heart rate wasn't going crazy driving that thing, everyone in my ear cheering me on definitely helped me get a little bit more speed on that final run. So that's a blast. Love those guys. Yeah, just thanks to you guys for the broadcast. Can't wait to watch at least my last lap drive to the front. I'm sure that was entertaining as all hell. So yeah, just thanks to Vic for the league too. It has overall been a blast, and like I said before, this field is crazy competitive, and it's a challenge each week, which is nice. Unless you're Daniel Gore, but I'm sure he's just having a blast of a time.
I think I worked out the points gap. It was a 248s coming to tonight, so I think.
Does that
points
count
are
Daytona? Because I kind of wish oh yeah, final points. If I ran Daytona, I wonder how many points I'd have.
230. So what is that like?
Probably not enough.
That's like 5 halves, I believe, or something like that. If Noah wins 5 halves in a row, then he's in the points battle again, or something like that. Yeah, that's about right. Okay, well,
Woohoo!
We're not going to concern ourselves with that because we've done way too much math tonight anyway. I'm kind of about to crash out, but anyway, appreciate you talking to us, James. Go get your well-deserved rest, and
Yeah, it's bedtime.
yeah, hopefully we'll see you in season 12.
Sounds good. Thank you guys.
Alrighty, there is our top 3 from the race, and now let's go ahead and get to some of our final announcement interviews. We're gonna go ahead and start with Mr. Ty McIntosh. Ty, James in the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, buddy, gotcha.
Well, first of all, let's talk about that race a little bit. That was one heck of a race out there, and you were involved in some epic battles there throughout the entire night.
Yeah, I felt like I did decent. I do want to go ahead and take the time to apologize to Kynan and Ray that I just got tight and it just it wasn't what I was trying to do. Obviously, I feel bad. I feel pretty shitty about it. So I just wanted to apologize to them. I know I've apologized to both of them, and they both told me that it's fine, but I still feel bad. Half one, I mean, I felt really good. I was hoping for yellow. I didn't think that Noah could make it, so I wasn't trying to save because I figured if he can't make it, I can't make it, and I didn't think he could. So missed the ball there, and then the second half, just in the middle of that 4-wide situation, we were on 4 tires. I felt like it was definitely the call, and I think that was proved that it was by James and David pitting on that second yellow there. But just a little 4-wide incident, but at the end of the day, 2 top 10s to end the season. I'll take it.
Yeah, just you bounced back from that terrible luck you were suffering from there early on in the season, and ended up putting a pretty darn good run there to close out the season.
Yeah, I think it kind of hit a pretty good point there. Obviously, I was a little worried not racing for like 2 weeks that I was going to be not great, but I think commentating Daytona kind of put the fun back in me for this week, and especially with this season being over, I'm obviously really kind of bummed that Southern Speedco was a one and done kind of deal, but I'm really proud of our group, man. David had 2 fantastic runs right there at the end, and I know Ray had some pretty bad luck. Part of that was my fault, so I'm going to apologize to you for that one. Gilly was the same way, so I know that it wasn't the runs that we wanted to go out with, but I think our whole season, I mean, I think we were I would say underdogs, but we were we felt like we could do it. Obviously getting second was great, and I'm proud of everybody, but not the way we wanted it to go.
Yeah, but still an incredible season for you and the team. And speaking of you, sounds like a little birdie told me that you got some stuff to announce here.
I do actually, and it's kind of it's me, but it also involves Santi. So if we could get Santi up here as well, that would be
Oh, you want to do it at the same time?
fantastic. Yeah, because it's like it's 2 in the same.
He's deafened.
So obviously,
I think he went to the bathroom.
He was
No,
listening.
guys, I'm back. I'm here.
He was watching the broadcast. I told him to be ready. So obviously with the Redux shuffling that's going on, I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily replacing anybody. I know Jake is having he's been working a lot. He's been grinding. So I'm gonna slide over to take his spot at Redux. Obviously though, that still leaves Santi's spot. So I'm gonna go ahead and let Santi do his due diligence.
Well, I guess we're gonna go ahead and get it over with, but yeah, so Redux Racing's lineup next year will be Ty, as you guys already know, Daniel, Noah, and taking my spot will be Ray Bracey. And yeah, gonna do it for 2026 and hopefully forward, hoping these guys can, get something, a good word, good results, good everything for this team, because it is a great organization. So yeah, there's our little announcement.
Alrighty, that is some absolutely big news. It's gonna be it's gonna be pretty epic having the Catman himself over at Redux now.
Yeah, I think it's cool. Like Ray and I, obviously, we've been teammates this season, and we were like off and on for the season that I switched over from Shift to South Shore. So that was pretty cool. And then Ray and Danny and I always run Elite, so it's kind of, we have a thing going. And I think adding Noah into that picture and running it here in OSCA, I think it's a recipe for success. I'm pretty hyped, honestly. I think it's gonna be fun. Couldn't dream of a better group of guys to hang out with. I mean, we hang out every week, every day almost. So it's gonna be a party.
All right, and I think we were gonna ask. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, we need to bring.
I thought he was going to do a retirement thing, but I guess not.
Yeah, a certain someone apparently hit the wrong button, so we gotta yank him back up in here. He Zanti done goofed.
Hey,
there he is.
Retirement thing, buddy.
Sorry about that, y'all.
I was confused.
I'm like, damn, Cam was about to ask you a whole bunch of questions and then he just dips.
Yeah, I was like, I could have swore there was more coming here, so.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I think there's more team announcements and stuff, right?
It's in the works right now, but yeah.
I will let you know that your Big Mouth driver already blew it.
Yeah, he already announced it during his interview.
He did.
Oh, okay. Well, okay.
If that's null and void now, we can let him know, and we can tell him he's fired before he.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire him. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Pushkin's
in his car.
Okay, but for those that didn't hear earlier, yeah, I'm gonna try to start a team. Hopefully everything goes well. As of right now, under our belt, we have Aaron, who is probably the one that leaked it, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. What else could you expect from him? And I just literally as the session went up, we were talking, or weren't really talking about it. It was just like a quick little text message. He said he was down, but we have David Huckleberry.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Almost said something. But yeah, we're gonna look into some more drivers. Hopefully, we could try to fill up our last 2 slots that we have open. But yeah, hopefully, we can be like a development team to kind of help people grow and get faster, and just kind of show them like little tips and tricks and stuff. So it's gonna be cool to see those guys progress as they keep going in this stuff. I'm not fully finished. I'll probably, if I'm allowed to, probably do some part-time races under that name. Don't know what the name is yet. Still haven't come up with the team name, but yeah, we're working on it bit by bit. So hopefully we're one of those guys that a lot of teams will be fighting with, and on track, not in a good way, or not in a bad way, but
Not in a good way.
whoops. Yeah, no. But yeah, that's now that this is all over for me, kind of shift the focus somewhere else, because I want to keep being a part of it, because this community is amazing. It's always a great time to be in here talking with everybody and just chatting around, and it's just a great group of people to be around. So I don't think I'm ready to completely let go, but I think my time as a full-time driver has come to an end. So yeah, happy to still be involved, hopefully, if everything goes well. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I guess what we're kind of doing here is just like a bit of an open interview format. Your time here in OSCA so far, 107 starts. You got 4 wins and all that over like 2 years or so. Do you have any highs or lows or big learning moments from across your time in OSCA that you want to share?
Yeah, for sure. I know tonight probably didn't show it that well, but I think one of my biggest learning experiences with, I want to say, well, obviously, like racing against these guys in the league, you get a feel for how so and so person drives and all this stuff. But yeah, you know, man, it's just you get a feel for how people drive, and then you have teammates who are willing to help. And I have learned so much about tire saving more than anything. So I think that's the main thing I've learned this season, or over throughout my whole, was it 3-season career? We've definitely had some lows. Was it Concord a few seasons ago?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was not a pretty one for me. But yeah, you know, just my first win, Atlanta. That was not Atlanta. Yeah, Atlanta. Yes, right? Yeah, I think so. Atlanta was special. That one meant a lot because I know at that point I was struggling big time in that Xfinity car when we were there in it. Just one of those things where you're having not too good of a season, and then something like that happens, and it brings you up. So, you know, you do have your highs, you do have your lows, but overall, I think I've had more highs than lows in this league. And again, I just can't stop saying it. It truly is an amazing group of people, and I'm very thankful to be a part of it and have been a part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And unless James says anything else, I'll say for myself too. I'm glad I've gotten to race with you too on the endurance side and minimally on the oval side. It's been fun. So definitely hope to do that again at some point. And hopefully you will run part-time next season and terrorize my drivers, because that's what we need.
I'll do my best.
Nope, that pretty much does it for me on that.
Ty, did you get any shoutouts?
Oh no, gosh. I zoned out. I was listening to Santi. I think everybody that sponsors Southern Speed Co. and had faith in us. Traders Brewing Company for me. Bite Size Sports for David. Ray was self-sponsored, but he always did good work. Weekend Woodsman for Gilly. Tim was a big partner there. We almost didn't have sponsorship for Gilly, and then Tim came through. So thanks, Tim. You mean the world to us, buddy. You mean the world to me especially. David and Gilly and Ray. I mean, I couldn't have picked, I don't think, 3 better guys to take a season on with. And I want to thank David for trusting me to take over the South Shore entry. Obviously, that was pretty big and pretty significant. I don't think I would have had the confidence to do it without having David and Ray. So that was pretty cool. Gilly's always somebody that I'm happy to work with. He and I have been teammates for forever. We came in together on shift 2, so that was pretty cool. Obviously, I'm looking forward to next season, but I think the big part this season for me, like even through everything, my buddy Thrasher, Logan, Riker, they watched every race. So I want to say thank you to them. They've been a huge support system for me. Especially I feel like this last 6 months for me has been kind of bad on a personal level, but having these Thursday nights to get together with these guys, and it's like Santi said, it's an amazing community. I don't think I genuinely do not think that I would be in the spot that I am right now if it wasn't for this group. So it means a lot.
Alrighty, well, we some big news then, and we can't wait to see how it all unfolds for you and everyone else at Redux when we finally get started on 26A.
Yes, sir. I think we're all excited.
Absolutely, and well, we appreciate you, Ty, and we'll see you next season.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, Cam, I believe we have one more interview to do before we head on out with the certain Mr. Capilano. Take it away.
Yep, I got him here. Tom, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
All right, man. Well, it's midnight, so happy Friday. How's it going for you tonight?
Well, got off strategy in the first half. really, you felt like I was gonna have better results there, but just a little bit of string of bad luck. Got checked up and beat my tires up in half two, like coming towards the end of the race, and I just like I couldn't keep the car down on the bottom in the end of half two. But listen, man, it all worked out. A TMR car won. Really happy to see that. I know that the season did not go as we wanted it to for TMR, but to end it like that is pretty cool. But yeah, I wanted to come up here and thank you for everything, Cam. I know that you and I have personally talked about it, but we'll tell everybody else that we're gonna be going separate ways after this season. And I just wanted to thank you for everything that you've done for me and believing in me. You've helped me become a better driver, helped me learn to hone in my craft and all that, and I really appreciate it very much. Like I said, I'm sorry that the season didn't go too well, with our other two cars really not competing very much. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, I just want to wish you the best with whatever you and James do with TMR in the future. I hope Hack comes back. I hope that whatever you do with it is gonna go good. It's really been amazing, and I can't appreciate you enough.
Well, I do appreciate that. TMR's plans are pretty much like well up in the air, so you know as well as I do how that's gonna go. But
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, you were TMR's first driver. There would be no TMR without you. So first driver and first win. So yeah, I want to thank you for the what is it, 2 years I think, or
I think
maybe
it's
even less.
it's I think it's 3 years, but 6 seasons.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever owned a team that long in anything. So I mean, obviously it was all right to some regard. I mean, do you have while you're here? Do you have plans for next season that you
Yeah,
can share?
I can formally announce that after a long time of wanting to do it, I think I'm gonna give a shot at starting my own team next year. Driver lineup more than likely, pending some maybe a couple shakeups. I don't know how many cars I can have, but it'll more than likely be me, Eric Ziegel, and Tyler Alkis. And if I can get a fourth car, I'm going to try hard to get a fourth car. But we're going to call it Team Fenceline Motorsports, so TFM. I'm really excited to do it. I'm excited to design my own cars and have all however many cars on the track look the way I want them to. So I think that'll be really cool. I think Ziegel's car tonight was a little bit of a hint toward that, but it's cool to do something new, and try my hand at something else. Like I've always wanted to do it. Especially with my business with Fenceline Films. I always thought that would be something really cool to have my own team. So to have at least two drivers lined up along with myself, and then the possibility of a fourth driver is really cool. To see if I can't get anybody else that's looking to do something new next year, interested in that. That would be really cool. But as it sits, it's going to be some really cool looking race cars that hopefully be running in the front. I know that Ziegel has performed extremely well this season, and he's followed along with my career in OSCA. So to have him have such a great season, and I believe he clicked off his first win this year. To have him win and clicking off those, like our goal was with TMR last year. Our goal is to maximize points, win races, and to see how things go. I want 4 strong cars. Especially with next season, the way that things look, a little bit less road courses. Maybe this season might be able to do better than my top 4 run in the championship 4 from last season. So yeah, man, I appreciate you very much, Cam. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I'm excited to see what the future brings.
Oh, that'll be fun. It's always fun to see a new team in OSCA, especially since you technically just came after another team announcement just a few minutes ago. I guess 2 teams really. So we got a lot of silly season going on tonight, but be cool to see.
Yeah.
Be cool to see that. I guess before we let you go, Tom, any shout outs?
Yeah, you know,
Institution ones?
I just obviously, you know, you, Cam, Vic, Carlos, James Watson, all you guys for everything that you do. You know, this a lot of people have a lot of things to say about this league. We all know, you know, kind of what happened at the beginning of the season. A lot of people have a lot of things to say, but I really think that the strong part about racing here in OSCA is the structure, the rules, the formats. It all produces really fun racing like we had tonight. We like even when I was off strategy and I thought I was out of it, I was still able to have an enjoyable race thanks to the way that Vic structures the rules, you know, and you know with the wave rounds and all that other stuff that he does, it really makes this a really fun place to race, and that you know that's why I have really vouched largely for my friends to come try it out. Obviously, we might have some sour apples in the bunch, and I'm sorry about that for everybody else beginning of the season, but you know, I think especially with my guys that I got potentially driving for me next year with Eric and Ty, I think they will hopefully produce some really great you know experiences here in the league next season. Well, you know, and whatever else next season brings with new drivers, new cars, new teams. I know that off season usually brings in some more drivers and things like that. So, you know, I just can't thank you guys enough for producing great broadcasts that are awesome to go watch back after the races. Vic for putting the league on. Carlos for doing all the fancy stuff behind the camera. You guys really make all this stuff worth it. You know, I structure my life around OSCA. With my hours and work and all that stuff, it's an integral part of my life. And I remember a couple years ago there were some questions about if it would go on, and I really like racing here, and I hope that it goes on for a really long time. So I just want you guys to know that you guys are appreciated. I want Vic to know that he's appreciated. Everybody to be appreciated because it's amazing. I have such a great time. It's been another great season, and I can't wait to see what next year brings.
All right. Well, appreciate you taking some time to talk to us, Tom, and I am excited to see how it goes for you next year. So, yeah, once again, thank you for everything.
Hey, thank you enough, buddy.
Alrighty, and in a night of apparently everyone and their grandmother announcing teams and what's going to be going on for next season, I'm gonna go ahead and throw my hat in the ring on that. So, while Southern Speed Co. won't be continuing under that name, the team itself will still be around. We are bringing back the Team Watson Racing moniker, and I will be stepping back out of the broadcast booth and back into the driver's seat, and it's going to be me, D West, Sam Boutwell, and Gilberto Javier Gomera as our 4-car lineup for next season's 26A campaign.
Excellent. Good to hear that too.
I,
Although,
I would have loved to come in here and be another person to share news. Unfortunately, we do have a fourth driver. We have secured a fourth driver, but we have not discussed as to when we're going to properly announce those plans. So I don't want to just jump in here and be like, "Oh, this person's joining us," and then the point is, we will have four cars back next season for RKM.
Hell yeah.
while everyone else is making announcements, I would like to say that I'm not going to extend this any further, and nothing special is happening from
An announcement of a non-announcement.
Yeah.
We have reached the zenith.
I will presumably be back here as long as Vic doesn't fire me in the next 5 minutes or so.
Yep, and I just like to extend my thank you to Vic and everyone for welcoming me into the broadcast booth. It was a lot of fun being a part of the commentary. It was a lot of fun to make quick shifts even more wacky with all of my high-pitched shrieks of chaos, confusion, and fear. And yeah, looking forward to see what happens with the broadcast going forward. And happy to be back out on track and trying to attempt to stay somewhat close to Daniel Gore. I don't expect to battle with him, but if I can at least keep it close, I'll be happy.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think as as the third year in a row commentator who will once again have to see if anyone would like to do it with them. It's slightly disappointing, but I also get the urge to go on track. That is what we are actually doing this for anyway. So, if anything, I know with Team Watson Racing making a return, we're going to get probably 4 of the brightest race cars you've ever seen on the racetrack, which
you
always
better believe it, Sonny.
Yeah, so I would like to say just real quick before we go, it's been a pleasure commentating with you. Very awesome. I've gotten to race with you a couple times over the years, and you know, just kind of BSing up here in the booth and then watching racing is always fun. And yeah, it was a good time.
Yes, sir. It was a lot of fun sharing the mic with you. We made a pretty good team, and yeah, it was partying is such sweet sorrow and all that nonsense.
Yep. I think our viewers probably would like to go to bed though. What would you say?
I'd say so. And with that, I think it's time we bid you adieu. For my broadcast partners, Cameron Rich and Carlos Acosta, we say so long to 26A. Good night, everyone.